There's some weight on that line, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, it's coming up to the surface. Watch out, it's coming straight to the boat.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I travel the world chasing monster fish.
Unreal, it's gotta be 10 feet long.
This time, I'm in Senegal to try to succeed where I once failed, to catch a giant blue marlin without a fishing rod and with just a simple handline. Here, the marlin fishermen are fearless, heading 30 miles offshore in skinny boats straight into huge waves, where they face the brutal force of a giant fish with nothing more than a simple line.
Attention tes pieds, la ligne.
Une fois que tu as attaché, tu tombes à l'eau, t'es mort. Hein?
Each year, several fishermen are lost at sea.
2 personnes sont mortes.
Ouais. Le pirogue est chaviré, hein? Ah, ils sont morts. Hein?
I've tried for years to catch a marlin on a handline, just like Santiago, the character from Hemingway's novel, The Old Man and the Sea.
Yes, it's a marlin, it's a marlin.
Catching a marlin from a big boat is challenging and dangerous enough. But attempting it from a tiny wooden boat in super rough seas will be a whole other story.
And it's a big fish.
I've tried to catch a marlin on a handline before, but I didn't manage to do it. The fight is just too brutal. But this time I'm here in Senegal because I've heard stories of local fishermen going way offshore on tiny boats to catch giant marlin on handlines.
Blue marlin are among the fastest fish in the ocean, capable of reaching speeds of more than 40 miles per hour and weighing over 1,700 pounds. I'm here to try to catch one on a handline. No rod, no reel, just a line between me and this giant of the ocean. I've already tried to do this on a bigger boat.
The power of this fish is unreal.
But I just couldn't do it. Senegal is on Africa's west coast and is known for its strong population of marlin. I'm in Ngor, just north of the capital city of Dakar. Ngor is situated on the westernmost point of the African continent, a great place for fishing, and here, people depend on the ocean to feed their families. But the conditions here are crazy, with gigantic waves and violent winds. There are only a few fishermen, the bravest, that will dare going out for marlin in tiny local boats, called pirogues. But these guys are real legends, and not easy to find.
Bonjour,
Bonjour,
ça va?
ça va bien?
Je crois que t'es pêcheur, hein?
Ouais, je suis pêcheur, ouais.
Tu pêches un peu en pleine mer, le marlin?
Non, je ne pêche pas le merle. Pêcher ça à la main, c'est un peu dangereux, quoi.
Pourquoi c'est un peu dangereux? Qu'est-ce qui peut arriver?
Si le merle tire brusquement,
He tells me that if a marlin takes off on a run, your hands can get caught up in the line.
Ou tes pieds?
ouais, ou tes pieds, ouais, même. Si tu n'as pas de couteau à côté, là, ça sera la catastrophe.
For sure it's dangerous, because the line is so thick, it's so strong, that if the marlin decides to go on a run, full speed, and the line wraps around your hand or your ankle, any limb, it's not gonna break. You're going over and down with the marlin.
I'm aware of the danger, but I have to find somebody willing to take me out to sea. And these days, there are only a few fishermen daring enough to get through the wall of waves.
Mais avec ces vagues là qu'il y a en ce moment, c'est dur de sortir en mer, hein? C'est dangereux, non?
Ouais, il y a des accidents. Même avant-hier, il y avait un accident de bateau, là.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Causé la mort de 2 personnes.
2 personnes sont mortes?
Ouais.
He tells me their boat capsized, and with the cold water on the waves, they didn't last long.
Imagine, it's already very dangerous to catch a marlin on a handline. And these guys, they also have to deal with the waves every day, going out and coming back. Monster waves. And these 2 guys, apparently on the way back from what he's saying, they missed the window between the set of waves, tipped over, died. 2 guys, 2 fishermen.
For these fishermen, a single marlin brings in a month's salary. But there are major risks. The Senegalese Navy regularly saves fishermen lost out at sea, and each year, a number of them don't make it back at all.
Ok, bah, merci beaucoup, mon ami.
Merci.
Merci.
Allez.
Bonne journée.
The wind and waves had been relentless for days, preventing any fishermen from leaving the bay. The few who decide to brave the waves are quickly forced to return to shore. And for most of them, that means they won't be able to feed their families. So everyone waits impatiently for the weather to change. Meanwhile, the fish markets are deserted.
Wow, look. I've been told that these are the stands where they put the offshore species, like tuna, sailfish, marlin. They usually belong here, but right now there's nothing. I've seen a couple of inshore species like barracuda, snappers and stuff, but it's just too windy to go offshore fishing. Et les marlins ici?
Ouais, des fois on en a. Mais en ce moment-là, il n'y en a pas parce qu'à cause de la mer, elle est ajoutée.
C'est à cause du vent, c'est ça?
Le vent avec la mer est ajouté.
Et c'est où les meilleurs pêcheurs de marlins?
Encore.
Ouais, ils pêchent avec le fil.
Avec le fil, oui.
Avec le fil, hein?
Oui.
Merci.
De rien.
It's confirmed. Here in Angor is where I'll find a marlin fisherman. I wander through the maze of streets in search of Alassane, a fisherman I was told about.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Vous connaissez un pêcheur qui s'appelle Alassane?
Si, si.
Ouais?
Ouais.
C'est par ici, on m'a dit que c'était dans le coin, non?
Si, tu dois aller là, au fond là. Après, où tu dois droite, tu sais là.
Et je tourne à droite et à gauche.
Ah ouais.
Merci beaucoup.
Pas de problème.
I was told that Alassane is one of the few marlin fishermen left in the area, and he's supposed to be one of the best.
Alassane? Oui. Moi, c'est Cyril. On m'a dit que tu étais un pêcheur de marlin, c'est ça?
Ou marlin, non, je pêche plus de marlin. Moi, je pêche de marlin. Avant, je pêchais, mais maintenant, j'ai laissé parce que c'est trop dangereux.
Trop dangereux?
Oui, c'est trop dangereux, ouais. Parce qu'ils m'ont cogné 2 fois et puis j'ai plus envie de retourner là-bas.
Cogné?
Oui, il y a un qui est foncé sur ma pirogue, il a percé la...
He tells me a marlin pierced the hull of his boat with his bill, and another one almost impaled him in the neck while jumping in his boat.
C'est comme il voulait me tuer comme ça. L'histoire de marlin, là, c'est fini pour moi, quoi.
I knew that this type of fishing was risky, but his reaction makes me realize how bad it really is.
Mais est-ce qu'il y en a d'autres? Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres pêcheurs?
Non, il n'y a pas beaucoup,
On m'a dit 4 ou 5.
Ouais, maximum 4, hein, parce que c'est dangereux.
C'est dangereux.
C'est dangereux, ouais.
You can definitely get hurt while fishing for marlin. The fish doesn't target people, but I've heard of many incidents where the fish jumps into the boat, like this one in Australia. Finding one of those 4 guys who still fish for marlin is gonna be tough. But he tells me that his friend Fila fishes for tuna in the same area where marlin can be found too.
Alassane, merci beaucoup.
Although he won't be able to take me out himself, at least now, I'll get to fish in an area where marlin can be found. But with the wind and waves that continue to pound the shore, I wonder how we'll even be able to get out tomorrow. This morning, I wake up to find that the waves are just as big as yesterday. I'm on the beach in Angor to meet Fila, Alassane's friend.
Donc on m'a dit que toi tu pêchais le thon, hein, c'est ça?
Je pêche le thon, oui.
Mais tu sors donc en mer, hein?
On va sortir, oui.
He tells me that to fish for tuna, he has to go very far offshore and often catches marlin. But the swell just outside the bay is a real water. And to get out to the open ocean, we have no choice. We gotta go right through it.
Ça va être dur, mais on va essayer.
On va essayer?
Ouais, on va essayer.
Ok.
We don't waste any time. We got 30 miles to go. But as we get closer to the waves, we realize how huge and violent they really are, blocking our way out of the bay.
Ah, c'est gros, hein?
Ouais, il y a du mal, hein.
Man, it's huge. Look at the size of the swell over there. Et là-bas, c'est énorme, hein?
Ça passe pas. Ça passe pas.
Oh my God, look at that. It's huge. The swell over there has got to be 15 feet. And it's the only way out of the bay here. We can't. No way, look at that.
Waves usually come in sets, and Fila thinks we can make it if we wait for our moment.
c'est bon, il y a eu un petit trou entre les vagues, là.
Ouais, un peu, ouais.
Now's our chance, so we go for it.
Vas-y, vas-y, file. Et on est passé.
Ouais, on est passé, ouais.
We made it. It's gonna be rough, though. It's gonna be really rough out there.
We set sail for the high seas, where the waters are very deep, about 30 miles offshore. This is where pelagic predators such as tuna and marlin live and hunt.
Eh, t'es équipé, toi, hein?
Ah, j'ai récupéré, ouais.
Je pensais qu'il faisait beau et chaud au Sénégal.
Ah, parce que le Sénégal, il est chaud. Pour vous. Mais à nous,
C'est froid, là.
ouais, c'est froid. Ouais. C'est pour ça que vous avez équipé.
To find the fish in this endless expanse of water, we use a technique that can cover a lot of water quickly. Trolling, but with a twist.
Wow, that is very clever. You see, it's got a teaser mounted on the main line. If you're fishing for marlin, technically you'd be fishing in a big boat that has a lot of room in the back. You have several lines, you have teasers, but it doesn't have this luxury. Look, the boat is very tiny, it's very narrow, so it can only be running 2 lines at the same time. So if he wants to get the fish's attention even more, that's exactly what it did. He put an attractant, a teaser, on the line.
And at the end of the line, we use a real fish for bait.
All right, you see this guy here? It's your typical offshore fishing bait. Here they call it a sum sum, but in English it's called a ballyhoo. Everybody goes for this guy in the open ocean. I could have put a sinker here, but you know, here in Senegal they don't do this. They fish traditional style, which is just a bare hook, piece of wire here to keep the fish's mouth closed onto the main line, and that's it. Just gonna fish that way, no sinker, Senegalese style.
These teasers are used for trolling because they splash, make a lot of noise, and leave bubble trails. But when looking for big fish, it can take time.
Et puis là, tu prends des gros thons ici?
Ouais, je prends les gros thons ici, oui.
Quelle taille?
À 80 kg, 130, 90. Ici.
De 80 à 130 kilos?
Ouais.
130 kilos?
130 kg.
Waouh! Puis ça s'arrête pas, hein?
Ouais, ça n'arrive pas, ça arrête. Mais si ça arrête, après, il est fatigué.
He's talking about yellowfin tuna over 200 pounds on a handline. The initial run on a tuna is unbelievable. It's on a fishing rod, you can't stop it. It's like a freight train. Unstoppable. Le marlin, il se fatigue pas.
Oh non, le marlin, il ne se fatigue pas. Il va continuer toujours.
Touche, 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 touche. Ouais, ça y est.
Ça, c'est le thon.
C'est un thon, hein?
Ouais, c'est le thon, ouais.
Seeing how much it's pulling, it's gotta be a big fish.
There's some weight on that line, I can tell you that. I'm telling you one thing, it's rock and roll. Fighting a big fish from a tiny boat like this in crazy swells. You gotta find your balance, and at the same time you're fighting a monster fish. You gotta make sure you don't get wrapped up by the line around an ankle, around your wrist, your hand, or even worse, your neck. Oh yeah, it's coming up to the surface.
c'est pas toi, c'est un marlin.
C'est un marlin, tu penses?
Ouais, c'est un marlin, ouais.
He says it's a marlin.
C'est un marlin, ouais.
Yes, it's a marlin. It's a marlin.
Ouais.
Whoa. Look at that. Nice fish. Woohoo. C'était pas prévu ça, tu voulais du thon, mais on a un marlin au bout de la ligne.
This is the fish I came for. I'm in for quite a fight.
Attention à la ligne, Cyril. Attention à la ligne.
Ouais.
Attention, fais attention.
Ça va, tu gères la ligne, c'est bon?
Ouais, je gère la ligne, ouais. Mais fais attention.
He's organizing the line. As the marlin takes off for another run, that line will go out of the boat so fast, it can wrap around your limb and take you under. Ouais, il tire.
Laisse-le tirer le bateau.
Ouais?
Il va fatiguer, ouais.
Keeps changing sides. It's normal. That's how you tire the fish. The fish right now is not fighting me so much. It's fighting the way of the boat. It's coming up. Coming up. Coming up.
I'm getting to the end of this fight, but there's a problem.
Et il est à peine accroché, Phila. Ce poisson, il est à peine accroché. Il va se décrocher. Il va se décrocher.
Ça arrive souvent, hein. Fais attention, hein.
It's jumping. It's gonna get off. Non! 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 Il s'est décroché. Oh non! Ah, je suis désolé.
Ouais.
Il s'est décroché.
Ça arrive, hein.
For me, that means losing the fish I came here for. But for Phila, it means a lot more. Losing what was gonna feed his family.
I'm so disappointed right now. That was a good fish. But I could tell he was gonna get off. The hook was barely into the bill. And hooking the fish like that into the bill, not a good thing because the bill is really hard. It's bone. So, you know, the fish jumped, shook its head a couple of times. That's how it got off.
Ça, c'est comme ça à la pêche, hein. Ça arrive tout le monde, tous les pêcheurs. C'est pas grave, ça. C'est pas ta faute.
Ouais, mais toi, c'est différent, là. T'en as besoin de ce poisson. Puis moi, je te l'ai perdu. Je me sens vraiment mal, là.
Ça, c'est pas grave.
We're almost 30 miles from Angar, and we gotta get back before it gets dark.
Ouais, c'est un peu de marlin. C'est Doudou.
Bonjour.
Ouais, ça va.
Ça va, la pêche?
Ça va bien, ouais.
T'as pris quelque chose?
Ouais, j'ai attrapé un marlin, il est parti.
Là, tu l'as perdu?
Ouais, après j'ai perdu.
Décroché?
Décroché, j'ai battu pendant 5 minutes. Hein.
5 minutes?
Ouais, après, il est décroché.
At least Dudu is not going back empty-handed. He caught a dorado, but the marlin he lost would have provided for his family for a long time.
J'aimerais ça prendre un marlin.
Ah, tu veux pêcher des marlins?
Ouais. Je suis venu ici pour ça.
Quand tu veux demain, tu vas venir chez moi. Hein.
Tu veux dire, tu peux venir dans ton bateau?
Bien sûr. Hein.
Ah bah super, bah, ok, bah demain alors.
Ok.
Ah, ok.
Merci.
Ok, mon ami, c'est là.
Salut.
Like Dudu and Phila, I really was hoping for a marlin today, but it just showed me again how hard it is to catch this fish. And I was able to meet some very nice people.
That's great. I think I have a marlin fisherman.
Back in Angar, the wind and waves are relentless, keeping most fishermen grounded. I came here to catch a marlin with a handline, like some fishermen do. But accidents happen all the time. It's very dangerous, and the conditions are totally extreme. That's why only a handful of guys still do it. Most of them, like Jibril, had some close calls and decided to stop fishing for marlin.
C'est un peu fou quand même d'aller en mer comme ça. Ouais, parce qu'il y a tous les dangers. Non seulement tu te bats avec un énorme poisson, mais il y a la mer, les grosses vagues qui peuvent te faire chavirer.
Ouais, c'est dangereux. Une fois, je me suis fait attacher à la main, là. Tu vois, là,
He shows me the scar where the line wrapped around his hand.
Pendant que tu avais un marlin au bout de la ligne.
au bout de la ligne. Et le fil a cassé. Heureusement que le fil a cassé.
Le fil de 200 kilos, ça a
Ouais,
cassé?
ça a cassé, oui, le fil a cassé.
Wow.
Une fois que tu as attaché, si tu résistes pas et que le fil ne casse pas, tu tombes à l'eau, t'es mort. Hein? Allez.
Merci.
He's not the only one to have had a close call. I'm meeting with another fisherman who knows firsthand the danger of marlin fishing.
Moi, c'est Cyril.
To make a living, he still has to fish for marlin, but he considered stopping because it's just too risky.
Une fois, le marin m'avait attaché là.
Le fil.
Oui, le fil, oui. Et je l'ai tiré comme ça et le fil a cassé. L'autre, il m'a piqué là, sur les fesses.
Sur les fesses?
Oui.
Ça, j'imagine que tu vas pas me montrer ta plaie, hein?
Oh non, non.
Oh, mais je veux pas la voir, en fait!
Usually, I want to see fishing battle scars, but in this case, I think I'll pass.
C'est trop, c'est trop, c'est trop, c'est trop.
Ouais, mais c'est chaud, ça, quand même. Ça t'est arrivé en pleine mer?
Ouais, ouais, en pleine mer.
T'étais tout seul?
Oui, j'étais tout seul. C'était douloureux, hein?
Ah, j'imagine, ouais.
Ouais, ouais, c'était douloureux, ouais. C'était douloureux.
We can laugh about it now, but it could have been really bad. But even with the dangers of marlin fishing in a small boat, these guys really believe in the handline technique, and they've mastered it.
Si tu te bats avec le marlin, c'est toi qui te fatigues, n'est-ce pas?
Ouais.
Parce que lui, il vit dans l'eau. Tu prends ton temps, tu le laisses tirer la pirogue, il se fatigue, tu le tires, pas de problème.
Bah, merci, mon ami.
Merci.
beaucoup pour
Merci,
toutes ces bonnes
Cyril.
histoires.
Today, I'm getting my second shot at catching a marlin with Dudu, the fisherman I met yesterday.
Salut, Dodo! Ça va?
Ça va bien?
Ouais, en forme?
Merci.
We take advantage of a lull between waves and head up with a couple other fishermen.
Our friends, the dolphins are here. That's a good sign. There's got to be food around.
After a rough, hour-long ride, we get to the spot. The conditions make it really tough, but to catch a marlin, we have no choice. We gotta keep at it.
How am I gonna land a marlin from this boat? First of all, how am I gonna catch it? How am I gonna fight it? Have you seen the size of this boat, this pirogue? Comment on va faire pour le sortir, pour le monter à bord du bateau?
On va monter en deux.
It's crazy. There's marlins here that are really big. Like he was telling me, fish that are 600 pounds, 700 pounds, even more, bigger on this boat. Woo! These are pretty extreme fishing conditions, let me tell you. These guys, they do that every day. Come out, like 30 miles offshore in rough seas. Have you seen the size of the motor? It's a 15 horsepower, barely any gas, no communication system, no radio, no GPS, no satellite phone, nothing. Braving the oceans to fight monster fish, all of that to feed their families. Tout ce que vous faites pour nourrir la famille, c'est incroyable.
Ouais, c'est nourrir la famille, ouais.
Tout mon respect. Il y a un DCP.
Ouais, c'est un DCP, ouais.
Ouais, hein? Hey, look at this. You see that buoy there? That's a FAD. It stands for Fish Aggregating Device. So basically what it is, it's a buoy that floats on top, that's tethered to the bottom of the ocean floor by a chain or a rope. And it creates a reef in the middle of the ocean, so it attracts fish. That's why it's called a fish aggregating device. It's set up by local fishermen to attract fish and to maximize their chances of catching fish. So hopefully we'll get a bite around here.
We circle around the FAD, but we don't get a single bite.
Cyril, il n'y a pas de poissons en surface. Parfois, il était au fond, là.
Ah, ils peuvent être plus profonds, hein?
Ouais, au fond.
The best way to know if there's a marlin around here is to go take a look. Out in the middle of the open ocean, a FAD attracts sea life, creating a focal point for an entire food chain, from small fish to top predators. There are some small fish. That's a good sign. There must be predators in the area. So I try to go a little deeper. I spot some dorado on the hunt. There's a shark. It's an oceanic whitetip. They can be aggressive.
Venez, montez. Le laquin.
Il y a beaucoup de requins ici sur la DCP?
Ouais, il y a des aussi.
Ouais?
Ouais, bien sûr.
I don't think he was interested in me, but I didn't want to stick around too long. On est mieux dans la pirogue.
Ouais, bien sûr.
We go back to trolling, hoping for a monster bite.
C'est un malin. Aïe. I'm at the bow of the boat, and that's the best position to fight the marlin. Hey, il est beau, hein? Okay. Super poisson.
It's a big fish and very powerful. And I need to be careful not to get tangled up in the line.
Oh man, those jumps, that was beautiful. That's a nice marlin. That's coming straight to the boat. Il vient à fond vers le bateau. Il vient vers le bateau. He almost jumped in the boat.
I pull while Dudu deals with the line I'm bringing in. But the fish is too strong, and he dives directly under the pirogue. The fish keeps going deeper, and I can barely hold on. But I manage to stop it and start getting some line back.
He's right here. Oh my God, look at that. Il est gros, hein? Ouais. Bravo, Doudou. On a presque.
Attention, Cyril!
The line is tangled. It's gonna get off.
To control it, I have to grab it by the bill.
Got it.
But this fish is full of fight.
It shook off the hook.
It's just too strong, and I can't hold on.
Ah non! Attrape-le! Attrape-le, Cyril!
Aïe, 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 là! Ici, là!
Il est parti.
Aïe, aïe, aïe!
Il est là encore. Il est parti. Je suis désolé, mon ami. Il s'est décroché au bateau. Il me secouait la tête. T'as vu quand il secouait la tête, l'hameçon est sorti.
Il a battu un peu.
Ouais.
Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Man, I had this fish to the boat, but it started shaking like crazy. The hook got off, so I jumped in the water to try to hold the fish, but it took off. Je suis désolé, mon ami.
Aïe, aïe, c'est pas grave. Ok, c'est pas grave.
It's a new day in Angor, but the wind is just howling, and not a single fisherman is going out to sea. The fishing cove is deserted, but there's action on the beach. Wrestling is really popular here. Practiced in the sand, it's all a question of speed, timing, and power. Kinda like marlin fishing.
Eh les gars, je vais pas enlever ma chemise, hein, parce que sinon vous allez vous sentir un peu intimidé. Hein? Hein?
I started this trip in the hope of catching a marlin with a handline, like Santiago, the main character in The Old Man and the Sea. But for the fishermen in Angor, marlin fishing is a question of survival, for themselves and their families. That means I have to change the way I see my quest. Because in this battle for survival, there has to be a loser.
I usually release all my fish, but now I'm starting to realize that if I catch a marlin, it's not going back.
I'm running out of time. But after asking around, I hear about another marlin fisherman who wants to see me before taking me out.
Duba? Ouais. Bonjour. Je suis Cyril, on va parler de toi. Bonjour. 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 Hey, y en a des enfants ici?
Non, c'est mes enfants.
C'est tous tes enfants?
Ouais.
Hey, y en a beaucoup, hein?
Ouais.
Duba has a big family, and saying hello to everyone takes a little time.
Bonjour.
Ça va? Ça va bien.
Tu as combien d'enfants?
J'ai 14 ans.
14 enfants. Et une femme?
Non, 3 femmes.
3 femmes.
J'ai 3 femmes.
Wow. C'est beaucoup, hein?
C'est beaucoup.
Beaucoup de bouches à nourrir.
C'est ça, quoi.
Parce que nous, normalement, c'est une.
Une seule femme.
Comment tu fais avec 3 femmes?
Ah.
Like Duba, most people in Senegal are Muslim, and it's really important for him to have a big family with lots of kids.
T'as le droit à 4 femmes dans la région, religion musulmane.
4 seulement. Une c'est un peu bon. Comme toi, une femme. Ça, c'est facile, ça, c'est rien du tout. Quand il y a...
Duba tells me that he fishes for marlin to feed his big family and to give them a roof over their heads. Literally.
T'es en train de construire la maison, non? C'est ça?
Ouais.
Wow. Et s'il pleut?
Tout le monde est mouillé, hein.
With so many mouths to feed, Duba is under lots of pressure to catch fish. And lately, it hasn't been going well.
Il y a un mois, je n'ai pas pêché les marlins.
Un mois que t'as pas pêché un poisson?
Ouais.
Mais t'es sorti plusieurs fois? Ouais. Mais moi, si je viens à la pêche avec toi, ça te sert à rien.
Non, c'est bon. Moi seul, je prends 2 lignes. Avec toi, 3 lignes. C'est bon?
C'est bon?
Ouais.
Donc demain, on peut y aller alors? Je te rejoins à la plage?
Ouais, à la place, là-bas.
OK.
I've already lost 2 marlin.
Non! Attends là, Cyril! Je suis désolé, mon ami.
So I really can't lose another one. Duba needs it.
Salut, Duba!
Bonjour, Cyril.
Ça va?
Ça va, oui?
T'es prêt?
Oui, c'est prêt, oui. Ah, là, c'est bon.
I already know that the wind and the waves are gonna make it really hard on us. Even before we get out of the bay, we come upon a casualty of the powerful waves.
Wow, check this out. The swell is so rough, it's so big, that even in the bay here, it sunk a boat. C'est fou.
Ouais.
Même ici, dans la baie, hein?
Oui, dans la baie, il y a un gros vague de 4 mètres.
Sérieux?
Dans la tempête.
Attention, il y a une corde, hein?
Ouais, j'ai vu. Ouais, attention, ouais.
This sunken boat is a reminder of how merciless the ocean can be here. I get the sense it's gonna be a long day. The sea is rough, and it's kinda cold, but we got a job to do. Time to fish.
Ouais, c'est le teaser.
Ouais. T'en mets 2, toi, hein?
Ouais. C'est pour attirer les poissons.
Ouais, c'est bon, hein? Touche.
Laisse.
C'est touche, hein?
Ouais. C'est un marlin.
C'est un marlin, tu l'as vu?
Hein? Il le prend comme ça.
Ouais.
C'est un marlin.
J'ai cru que c'était une grosse vague qui avait attiré le... Ça n'a pas fait d'impact.
Ah, c'est un marlin.
I think it was just a wave, but Duba still wants to check the bait.
Ah, il est propre, hein?
C'est pas un marlin.
C'est pas un marlin, hein?
Non. C'est le vague.
Such big waves can tug on a line and make you think you had a bite. And Duba's reaction shows me how anxious he is to catch a marlin for his family.
Normally, if he was alone, he could only be trolling with 2 lines. There's only so much he can handle, right? After all, he's only got 2 hands. Although, I've seen guys that also wrap 1 line around their toe. It's kind of crazy, but I've seen it done. But at least here, you know, the fact that I'm here on the boat, I can have another line out. So it gives us 3 chances of catching a marlin. Well, he hasn't caught a marlin. Of course, he hasn't fished every day, but he hasn't caught one in a month and a half. you know. So, we'll have to be really lucky to catch one today.
I spot something on the surface.
T'as vu, il y a un truc dérivant là, une espèce de morceau de plastique.
Ouais, il y a un trou, ouais.
Duba circles around a piece of plastic.
On va draguer comme ça.
Ouais.
It can attract fish, a bit like a fad.
Et là, il y en a.
Il y a des autres, attends.
Ouais, il y en a une autre là, j'en vois une autre.
The Eldorato's just below.
Oh, il y en a plein. Yeah, here we go. Good bite. There was something floating around. We went around with the boat. Boom. Got a hit. Man, it's small but strong.
I don't want to lose this fish. I know that Duba really needs it.
C'est bon de voir là ça?
Ouais.
T'as la gaffe?
Ouais.
Wow. Fish are not going back in the water on this boat. It's a small Dorado, or mai. And you know, as sad as it might sound, there's a lot of plastic nowadays in the ocean. Anything that floats in the ocean, it could be a tree, it could be a branch, it could be a piece of plastic. It provides a visual sign for fish, for pelagic fish. It could be a marlin, it could be a Dorado, but they like those structures because it provides something in the middle of the void of the ocean. So the bait fish come around the structure, the predator fish know it, so they come by there to feed, and it provides shelter and it provides food as well. Eh, c'est bon ça, hein?
Ouais, c'est bon.
T'en as pour la famille là déjà?
Ouais.
On a déjà nourri un peu les enfants.
Ouais, pour les arbres.
C'est bon signe ça, tu crois qu'on va le trouver le marlin?
Ouais.
So we get back to trolling. But an hour later, Duba begins to get really impatient.
Allez, marlin, je viens tous au marlin. Allez, venez attaquer. Allez, venez pas peur, ouais. Venez pas peur de moi. Venez manger, ouais. Aïe.
I really feel for Duba.
Oh, il y a pas de soleil aujourd'hui, là.
Non, mais là-bas il y a du soleil, hein, t'as vu?
Hein?
We troll and troll, but not a single bite.
Our hopes to catch a marlin are kind of fading a little bit. The theory is that when it's overcast like that, it's not as good. Because think about the marlin's perspective. It's cruising around below the surface, looking up for prey. And when the sun is out, it sees the silhouette of the lures and the bait much easier. But these clouds overhead, they're gonna make it hard for the marlin to see the bait. Et les femmes, elles sont dures avec toi quand tu rentres si t'as pas de poisson?
Ah, ils sont fâchés, hein?
Elles sont fâchées?
Ouais, ils sont fâchés. Tous mes enfants, ils sont fâchés.
Tous les enfants aussi?
On n'est pas contents.
Ah, je comprends, c'est
Je
dur.
travaille pour ma famille.
I ask him how long a 300-pound marlin can feed his family for.
Non, dans un mois et demi. Hein.
Un mois et demi?
Ouais,
Ah, wow.
Un mois et demi, hein.
Ah, il faut vraiment le prendre. Come on, fish! Give us a fish! Ocean.
We head towards a patch of blue sky, but it's as if it's getting farther and farther away.
C'est dur les conditions, hein?
Ouais, c'est dur, ouais.
Métier pas facile, hein?
Non, c'est pas facile.
I have so much respect for fishermen like Duba, who do this pretty much every day.
Yeah, I got an idea for your girlfriend or your wife for a really nice present. Tell her that there's some really nice cruise going on right now off the coast of Africa, West Africa. Island hopping, beautiful deck, beautiful pool, beautiful cabins. You know, nice weather. You even get to do a little bit of fishing too on the strip. just put her here on the boat. Yeah, well, you know, we said we were gonna do a little bit of trolling, a little bit of fishing. We're doing some fishing. The weather, I can't promise anything, The islands, the captain kind of lost track of the islands. And the pool, well, yeah, right there, I think you'll find yourself instantly single. Sorry, I'm just getting a little tired here.
But we don't give up. And finally, we get a break in the clouds.
We're getting some light, a little bit of sun, and I'm liking this. So hopefully, they'll see a marlin will see our bait.
It's getting late, and soon we'll have to head back. If we're gonna catch a marlin, it'll have to be in the next hour. It's a nice marlin, and Dubai is super excited.
Okay, yes.
Now, I just can't lose it. But with the big waves, it's no easy task.
This fish is literally dragging the boat right now. Unreal.
We try to keep it on the same side of the pirogue, because if it goes underneath, the line could rub on the hull and break.
Heavy fish.
Fais doucement, Cyril, fais doucement.
Dubai's really worried I might lose this fish, and so am I. But it's not the only thing I'm stressed about.
See, you gotta be really careful right now because the fish is there directly underneath the boat, but there's still a lot of line out, so it could swim really fast, jump out of the water behind us without us even noticing, and land in a boat. It's gonna jump. Woo! I don't like it when they jump like that and shake their heads. That's when they can get off.
Fais le partir un peu là. Fais le partir un peu, ouais.
Attention tes pieds! La ligne! There's more and more line in the pirogue as I bring this fish closer. But it can still take off on a fast run at any moment. We really have to be careful not to get tangled.
This fish is dragging us around as if we were a bobber. Just a little tiny little bobber.
Ne perds pas, Cyril. Il faut faire doucement, Cyril. Vous avez vu avec ma famille, hein?
J'y vais tout doucement, j'y vais tout doucement.
Hey, il faut faire doucement. Fais doucement, fais doucement, Cyril. Fais doucement.
Ok. C'est bon. Il est là, il arrive. Attends, je le laisse partir.
Now that this fish is at the boat, there's maximum tension in the line. He could snap.
Il est là, il arrive.
Il est là. Ils arrivent, hein?
Ok.
Fais attention à toi. Oh là!
Merci, Cyril.
Bravo!
Okay.
Bravo, Duba!
Ok. Merci, c'est bon.
De rien, mon ami. De rien. T'es content, hein?
Oui.
I feel bad for this marlin, but Dubai really needed this fish. For him, it's a question of survival. I came here to Senegal to complete a mission that began years ago. Catch a marlin on a handline, like Santiago in The Old Man and the Sea. I tried from a modern boat before, but I just couldn't hold on. Here, I fish like the locals do, from a small boat.
It's gonna get off. Oh, no! Attrape-le, Cyril!
Along the way, I lost 2 nice marlin. But I kept going. And with Duba, we finally got what we were after.
Oh yeah, it's coming up to the surface.
And helped feed his family for a while.
De rien, mon ami. De rien. You're welcome, my friend. If there's a monster here, I think he's hiding all the way down between the rocks at the bottom. But I gotta tell you one thing. I'm a little worried about what I might find down there.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I spend my life traveling to the most remote corners of the world, chasing monster fish. This time, I'm in South America to track down a giant catfish that lives in the rivers of the Bolivian jungle and that is said to have attacked local villagers.
Este tamaño, así. Es peligroso.
To find it, I'll have to work my way upriver and fish many deep pools.
Powerful fish.
This journey won't be easy, but I'll be able to learn the ways of the jungle from the Chumani tribe.
What a shot!
The most difficult challenge will be to find and catch this giant creature that has plagued their nightmares.
It's huge! I'm in the Bolivian jungle because I heard a crazy story about a guy from a local tribe who was attacked by monster fish. If there's a catfish big enough to actually attack a human being, I want to find it.
The Chimane, a tribe from the Bolivian rainforest, have always lived in harmony with their environment. But why would they now be afraid of what's in the water? We crossed the wild and virgin wilderness of the Amazon forest, east of the Great Peaks of the Andes. I was told that in the middle of the Bolivian jungle lives a species of fish that weighs over 200 pounds. I arrive at a Chimane village to meet a man who was attacked by a giant fish, an accident that frightened everyone in the community.
Felix?
I'm greeted by Felix, the village chief, and some curious villagers.
¿Cómo está? Bien.
La persona que fue atacada por el animal. ¿Dónde está?
Está aquí en la comunidad. Sí, si quieres te llevo a donde está él, a donde vive.
Ah, perfecto, sí. ¿Cómo se llama él?
Tito se llama.
Tito.
Sí, Tito se llama.
Felix takes me to the other side of the village to meet Tito.
Tito. Te lleve Kevin.
Dime.
Niña.
¿Hablas español un poquito?
Sí, hablo español.
Ah, qué bueno, hablas muy bien. Entonces me dijeron que te atacó un pez gigante aquí en el río.
Sí.
He tells me that the fish that attacked him was almost the size of a man and could have weighed close to 200 pounds.
¿Me puedes hablar un poquito más de dónde pasó y todo?
Claro, podemos ir a tomar asiento ahí.
¿Qué pasó exactamente?
Lo que pasó es que allá donde estaba trabajando, arreando madera.
Tito explains that he was collecting dead wood from the river. His friend was holding on to him to keep him from slipping.
Paso por paso íbamos. Entonces ya se me acercaba la madera. En el último paso, piedra, ¡boom!
Tito was bitten and dragged out of the water by something very powerful. The creature had taken in half his leg and wasn't letting go.
Me llevó el pez adentro.
Abajo del agua.
Debajo del agua. Entonces, lo que yo traté fue que escaparme del pez. Aquí ya lo tenía en la boca, ¿no? Entonces, ¡ya! ¡Fuerte!
He fought with all his might until the beast finally let go.
In the Amazon, one would think you'd have to worry about piranhas, electric eels, and stingrays, but apparently you have to worry about monster catfish now.
Ese pez es más o menos así, más o menos, ¿no? Así más o menos ese pez.
Ancho, muy ancho.
Sí, sus aletas salen así.
As Tito makes a picture of the catfish in the sand, he draws special attention to its pectoral fins and their crescent moon shape.
Hueso duro, ¿no?
Duro.
Pica también, ¿no?
Puede que pique, sí.
We're getting somewhere here.
Entonces, así más o menos es ese pescado. Se llama quebueye.
Quebueye. Creo que tengo una buena idea de qué tipo de pez estamos hablando. He's describing a massive fish, very stocky animal. But you know what gives me an indication of what I think it might be as a species? Is the fact that the pectoral fins, those fins here, the shoulder fins, they're crescent-shaped. And that tells me that it might be a jao.
I believe the fish he's telling me about, it's a huge catfish that's called a jao in Brazil. But I'm not totally sure because I wasn't aware that it could live here, in this region of Bolivia.
Estamos muy contentos acá que hayas venido a nuestra comunidad para pescar ese pez. Ojalá que lo saquemos.
Ojalá puedo sacarlo.
Ojalá.
Gracias, amigo.
it takes about 8 hours to reach the part of the river where Tito was attacked. So I set out with him, Coty, and Hernan in search of the monster fish. But to catch a huge catfish, first we gotta find sabalos, a small fish that'll serve as bait. And one of the ways to find sabalos is to look where another predator hunts, the golden dorado.
Man, the dorados are so aggressive that when they attack school sabalos, the bait fish, they push them against the shore, and at some point they don't have anywhere to go, so to escape, they jump out of the water, and they end up in small pools like that along the river.
And just like that, we have our bait. Because they push sabalos out of the water, the Chimane have a lot of respect for the dorado and consider it a real fishing partner. But when I see this beautiful dorado, I just can't help myself. I need to catch one.
Este es su territorio.
Look at that. Well, there's dorado here, and they're big.
I'm not sure that Tito believes I'll be able to catch that giant fish. But if I can catch a big dorado, he might change his mind.
Buen tiro.
Yeah, here we go. Oh.
Buena esta imagen.
Es bueno, ¿ah?
Grande. Eso es lo que queríamos, es lo que buscábamos.
This fish is super powerful, and suddenly he darts into the rapids.
I can't stop it.
The only way not to lose this fish is to follow it, keeping the line away from the rocks so it doesn't break. He didn't break the line, but he got off the hook. But there's more than one dorado in this pool.
Un grande aquí.
Sí.
So I just gotta get my fly back in the water.
Ahí tienes que tirar otra vez. Está bien, está bien. Ese es un tiro bueno. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está. Grande, grande dorado. ¡Qué pez más grande!
Ese es grande, ¿eh?
Sí.
That's what we're looking for.
Mira, mira, mira cómo salta.
Golden dorado are known for their fight.
Ese es pez grande, pez grande.
¿Me puede pegar la caña?
¿Te lo puedo agarrar?
¿Sí? ¿Tú sabes? Solo empujas.
The dorado are so respected by the Chimane that they're almost considered a sacred fish.
Eso, el tigre del río.
El tigre del río, the tiger of the river. What a powerful predator. Let me tell you, I would never get my fingers, nor even my hands close to this mouth. They have so much power in those jaws. It's like a bear trap. And the colors, it's a gold bar, literally. It's so beautiful. Look at the colors, the bright colors on the tail. He really is the king of the river. I'm so grateful that Chimane allowed me to catch one.
I think that by catching this dorado, I scored some points with the Chimane. Now, we can go after the giant catfish. But the guys spot a large school of big sabalo, and I have a feeling that the catfish will have to wait.
There's so many sabalos in this river. They're the main food source. Everybody loves them, from the Chimane to the dorado, and even the monster catfish.
In the Chimane culture, if the resources are there, you take what you need and no more. So if a school of sabalo is there, it's time to fish. But this time, there are no dorado to push them onto the shore, so the guys will have to use their bows. To be able to hit such a small target on the water with an arrow, you need to have done this your whole life.
Every time they miss and they hit the bottom or a rock, it dulls the arrowhead, so they have to sharpen it again. Not easy getting a sabalo with bow and arrow, I can tell you that. They move fast, they move super fast, the fish, in every direction. I'm gonna help them corral the fish so that they can hunt for them. lo tienes. What a shot. Buen trabajo.
One thing is clear. Now, we have fish to eat and enough bait to continue upriver to the deep pools where the huge catfish live.
Who says there are bugs in the jungle? This river is beautiful and all, but they were telling me that if it rains heavily in the mountains up there, it can turn to hell in a few hours. The water level can rise 20 feet or more in no time, less than 5 hours. Crazy. In other words, you don't really want to set up your camp too close to the shore.
The problem right now is that the water level is very low, which makes it hard to navigate through the many obstacles. There are submerged trees and huge rocks everywhere that could flip our boat.
They use long-tail outboards so that, you know, they can lift up the shaft and the prop so that way they can run in real shallow water. And then we use the sticks to power through the rapids, to push through the rapids. That's the only way to get where we're going.
We have to get out and push because our weight is too much for the boat in this shallow water. But the boat is super heavy. It's made of solid wood, and the rocks are very slippery. It would be bad news to break an ankle out here. After several hours traveling upriver, we're getting close to the first deep pool, an ideal place to find a jiao. We'll fish in a tributary of the main river, where the rains from the mountains have made the water murky.
Aquí es bueno.
Es bueno para
Puede ser, ¿no?
pescar.
En ese pozo, ¿no?
En este pozo hondo.
It was in a calm pool like this that Tito was attacked and dragged into the water by a monster that I believe was a giant jiao. My goal is to catch one, to show him and the villagers that it is a jiao, and that normally, these catfish don't attack humans. But to land a 200-pound monster, I'd better tie on a very strong rig.
There's some monsters in this river, but I can tell you one thing, there's a lot of rocks too, and big rocks with sharp edges on them. So to cover myself, what I just did is I tied on a 250-pound fluorocarbon leader, because this line here is way more resistant to abrasion than the main line here, and this guy. So in theory, I should be fine, because I can't risk losing a monster.
This fish is strong, but he darts around too much to be a giant.
Surubí!
Oh, surubí.
This surubí is not the monster I'm looking for, but his fight is really intense.
A surubí, or tiger shovel-nose catfish in English. A catfish, all right, but it doesn't fit Tito's description at all. You know, the catfish that he was talking about was stockier, bulkier. This is elongated, and it doesn't get nearly as big as the fish that he was telling me about. And the fins, look, the fins don't match at all. They're long, but they're kind of straight, not sickle or crescent shaped like you described. Beautiful animal though, but definitely not the right species.
It might not be the fish I want, but I've only just started fishing for catfish. And I'm sure that if I keep at it, I'll find the giant. The chimney chew on the leaves of the coca plant to get an extra boost of energy. Its juice provides a stimulant to overcome fatigue, hunger, and thirst.
La persona que consumen la hoja es más concentración en el trabajo, ¿no?
¿Es mucho?
Le entra más todavía.
¿Le entra más todavía? Así.
With that little boost, I thought that we would keep fishing for the giant catfish. But the Chimane have other plans. They head into the forest on the hunt.
Well, the thing with this kind of hunt is that you never know what time you're gonna come back. Or what you're gonna come back with. Let's go.
For the Chimane, hunting is necessary for survival. Since their diet consists mainly of fruit and roots, they have to get their protein from the animals they hunt, including tapirs, wild hogs, and birds. Kuti is the best hunter in the village, and like many indigenous hunters in the Amazon, he prefers to go barefoot. It helps him have a solid grip on the ground and make a lot less noise.
I don't know what he's got, but he's got something inside for sure. The only thing I was hoping he wouldn't get, I think he got it. Monkey.
The guys will set up camp and prepare the monkey for dinner. But I need to get more bait. They told me there's a fish around here that looks like a piranha, and that would make for some great bait for giant catfish. So I rig up a piece of sabalo as bait and send it out there.
I don't know what it is, but it's a powerful fish. I think it's a pacu. Yeah, it is a pacu.
According to science, pacus are not carnivores. But this isn't the first one I've caught with a piece of fish as bait. I really think these fish will eat anything they can find.
Whoa! Look at the size of this pacu. This pacu took a piece of fish as bait, but normally they're more vegetarian. They eat fruits and seeds. And by eating seeds whole and then moving up and down the river and flushing them out, they help regenerate the forest. So they're very important for the environment. That's exactly why I'm gonna put it right back into the water.
This must be the fish they said looks like a piranha, especially considering that pacus are from the same family. I have to admit, I have a problem with the idea of eating monkey, but I understand it's what they have to do for their survival. And actually, eating some is a sign of respect.
I almost feel guilty trying this. This is monkey.
Really tasty. Es bueno. You have no idea how good it is. It's one of the best meat I've ever had. Seriously. I'm not kidding. This is delicious. Special on the grill like that, barbecued. Porque la mayoría de la gente en el mundo, cuando uno mata un mono para comerlo, piensa que es loco, que no se puede hacer.
Tal vez nosotros cambiemos de opinión, de pensamiento. Ejemplo, digamos, ahora has comido una cosa rara que en tu mente era un ser humano. Y no es un ser humano, es alimento. Y vos nos vas a explicar tema de que oye, que no es peligroso. Tal vez nosotros pensemos diferente. Va a ser nuestro amigo.
Eso es la meta mía.
I tell Tito that I'm pretty sure the attack was not intentional.
Solo fue un accidente.
Sí.
Un caso solo. Voy a probar más. Un poco más brazo.
Since I've been here, I haven't had many chances to fish for catfish yet. But at least we're getting really close to the place where the attack happened.
¿Y al pozo donde fuiste atacado, cuánto tiempo le falta para llegar allá?
Estamos cerca.
¿Sí?
Cerca.
¿Tienes miedo de volver allá?
Bueno, siempre tenía miedo de regresar ahí.
Man, I really hope I catch this fish. They're really counting on me. I just don't want him to be fearful of the river anymore. Man, I'm telling you, it's a lot of pressure.
There are plenty of nocturnal animals in the jungle, but out of all the species that live in this river, catfish are the most active at night. So in theory, this is a good time to get that monster bite I'm looking for.
Here we go.
Ah, it's a Dorado. Oh, it broke me off.
Man, that was a big Dorado. I heard it first, and then I saw it come out of the water. Big jump. But what's weird is that it cut me right off, right on my main line. So I think what happened is that when it jumped, it must have come down head first, mouth open, and landed right on the line. And since they have a mouth full of sharp teeth, it cut me right off. That was a big fish, big Dorado. I would have liked to land it, but anyway, that's not what I'm looking for. It's not a monster catfish.
At first light, Tito and I walk along the shore, while Cote and Hernan take the boat up the rapids. We're getting really close to the pool where Tito was attacked. Tito is very nervous about coming back to this area.
Oh, Cyril, mira, aquí hay gente salvaje.
Hoja de hombres.
Pies de gente salvaje.
¿Viven acá en la selva?
Viven acá de la selva y
Okay.
viven de la cacería.
Well, I guess we're not alone. Vamos?
As we move forward, we find another sign that we're not the only ones out here. This freshwater stingray was probably killed by the same people who left the footprints. These fish are very dangerous, and their barb can cause bad wounds, excruciating pain, and serious infections.
Por eso es que cuando lo vemos nosotros lo matamos.
We can clearly see the barb. Look, this is the barb right there, and you see that slimy black part on the barb? That's the venom.
Once, in Thailand, I was shown how dangerous a freshwater stingray's barb can be.
This is what you're gonna have to deal with.
Wow, that's the barb.
That's a stingray barb. So if it stabs to you and you try to get it out, it will make your wound much worse.
It'll make a mess.
See how bad? See how bad it is?
Yeah, thanks for showing me this.
Yes.
Getting stung by a stingray out here, I'd rather not think about it. Stingrays can blend in with the rocks and bury themselves in the sand. Normally we would shuffle our feet to avoid stepping on them, because that's when they whip their tail and sting. But it's impossible to do with all the rocks here. We get across, safe and sound, just as the guys arrive with the boat. We're only a few miles from the place where Tito had the fright of his life, and I can tell he's worried. But the purpose of this trip is to catch the monster catfish and reassure him that he was the unfortunate victim of an accident. The problem is that there are a lot of pools in this river, and the only way to find a monster is to fish every one of them.
I put the bait right next to the rock face so that it would drop all the way down to the bottom, because that's where those fish hide. They like rocks, crevices, waiting for the right time to come out on the hunt. And I hope they come out soon and find my bait. You see, the water is turning brown. It's turning murky because of the rain. For predator fish that hunt by sight, it could be a problem because, you know, they rely on their eyes to be able to see the prey. But for catfish, they don't hunt by sight. They just go around feeling on the bottom for food. So in theory, it shouldn't be a problem for them. And actually, sometimes it's good because the water level that rises, it makes them move out of their holes and look for food. Oh, got a bite, good bite.
Yep, he's on. I'm not sure what it is, but this fish took the bait very aggressively.
Big Dorado.
Dorado usually hunt by sight, but this one definitely smelled a piece of sabalo that was intended for a big catfish.
Beautiful Dorado. Not what I wanted, but man, that's a nice catch.
The weather keeps changing here in the Amazon. I have no idea if there's a monster in this pool, but since I'm already wet, I figure I'll go all the way.
The only way to see what's down there is to go take a look.
I want to see if I can find one of these catfish and get a better idea of how big they really are. I come across a school of big pacu, a cousin of the piranha. Catfish like to hide between rocks and deep pools, so I search along the bottom to see if there's a giant fish here.
This hole is really deep. It doesn't look like it from here, but over there by the rock, it's got to be 20 feet deep. And it's kind of murky, so from the surface, I can't really see anything. I'm gonna have to go really deep, all the way down to the bottom.
I head down to the bottom of the pool, about 20 feet deep, to go check around the rocks.
Cyril, ¿estás bien? ¿Estás bien?
Sí, pero...
¿Qué era?
No sé, me chocó en la cabeza. Pez grande, enorme, amigo.
I tell him that I put my face in a hole to see what was in it, and the fish came out at full speed.
Sí, pum, salió de un hueco y pum, me chocó, pero...
One thing's clear, there are enormous fish down there, even bigger than I thought. Now, I understand why Tito doesn't go in the water anymore. I came all the way to the middle of the Bolivian jungle, and I found the big fish that attacked Tito. But I have no idea how I'll land the beast, so I can show it to him. I'm afraid that getting hit in the face by a giant catfish has only shown him that these fish can actually be dangerous. I have to find another solution. The rain has finally stopped, but considering the size of the fish that I saw yesterday, to improve my chances of landing it, I'll try a much more radical technique than a rod and reel.
Cyril, tengo esta cuerda.
Ok, perfecto.
Yo creo que te va a servir, pero es muy corta.
¿Es muy corta? ¿Cuántos metros piensa?
Tiene 10 metros.
10 metros.
Nada más.
Using a handline requires a lot of rope, but we only have 30 feet of it, so pulling in a big catfish is going to be a real challenge.
Aguanta. Le voy a poner anzuelo y después la probamos para ver si aguanta.
Ya pues.
Ok, gracias, amigo.
De nada.
I'm gonna put a 250-pound fluorocarbon leader because, you know, the rope is really good for pulling. You can get a good grab on the rope and pull hard, but the fish is not gonna bite the hook if it sees that big of a rope. So I'm putting this leader. It's more discreet, it's more stealthy than this. This is for pulling, and this is for stealth.
Now, I have to test the strength of my rig.
Creo que aguanta. I think the rope can handle it. No problem. The problem is me.
Ahora sí, Cyril, sácame ese animal.
Sí, lo voy a intentar, pero mucha fuerza. Va a tener la fuerza de 2 hombres.
Sí.
Más que 2 hombres, me imagino.
Sí.
Gracias, amigos.
I've already fought monsters before using a handline, and the fight can be really intense because you're in direct contact with the big fish. But your arms and back can take a real pounding. You can get hurt, but it's a really effective way to land the monster fish I need.
Wow. Check this out. Those are caiman tracks right here. Tag, 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 right there.
Caimans, a huge catfish, and a handline that's too short. I'm in for a real challenge.
It's gonna have to be a real tug of war, a real battle. I'm gonna have to stop this fish with this much rope. That's intense.
Oh, here we go.
The strength of this fish is unbelievable. It's impossible to move it off the bottom. In fact, he's actually pulling me in. I'm slowing it down, but it's still not stopping. And I'm at the end of the rope. I don't know how much longer I can hold on.
No, it's gone. My God. Did you see the power of that fish? It dragged me right into the water. I don't know what happened. I still have the rope. It must have broken me off or we got off.
¿Qué te ha pasado?
¿Vieron el combate de ese pez?
Sí, lo vimos.
Me tiró al agua. ¿Qué pasó con la línea?
A ver,
No sé si corto la línea o si se quebró o algo, ¿no?
algo debe pasar. Pero te champó, ¿no? Oh, ahí está, mira, te lo enrectó.
It bent the hook open. Unreal. I'm telling you, I've used this kind of hooks for many monster fish, giant sharks, monster Goliath grouper in the ocean. And it does happen, but for a hook to open like this, it has to be a giant fish, I'm telling you.
Te dije que había monstruos aquí.
Increíble. La fuerza de ese pez.
Sí.
Imparable. The power of these fish is really impressive. Whenever I'm faced with them, I get thrashed around. They are giants, and they can't be underestimated. I found a huge catfish at the bottom of a deep pool, but I couldn't stop it. The handline was far too short to pull such a monster out of the water. Now, Tito takes me to the exact spot where the accident happened.
Estamos llegando ya donde que fui yo atacado.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí. Estoy emocionado de nuevo de volver aquí.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí. Estoy muy contento de volver de mucho tiempo.
¿Nunca había volvido desde el ataque?
Nunca había volvido desde que fui atacado yo. Recién he vuelto contigo.
After what happened to me with the handline, I sure won't be trying that again. So I go back to my trusty rod and reel. I hope this time I can catch it and prove it's not as dangerous as it seems. I really gotta catch that monster fish. I don't have a choice. I gotta catch it. Whoa, big bite. Big bite. Big fish! De grande. That's a big fish. This fish is trying to get back to the rocks over there. If he does, he's gonna break me off. It's big, really big fish. Oh man, it's in the rocks. It's gonna break me off. My heart is pounding right now. Okay, good. It's out of the rocks. That's a big fish. He's coming, he's coming. I got leader. That's what I thought. It's a Xiao. Tito, ayúdame con la caña. Por favor, amigo. No tengas miedo. Oh yeah, it's a nice show. Toma la caña. Mira, sí, sí. Gracias. Tito, mira el animal. Lo tenemos, amigo.
Grande, ¿no?
Enorme.
Sí.
Eso es el pez que te atacó, ¿no?
Ese es el pez que me atacó.
Sí, ¿eh?
Sí.
No pero esta especie, ¿sí?
Esa especie.
Es un Xiao. Se encuentra en Amazonas. Check the size of this animal, of this fish. Humongous. It's got to be close to 150 pounds. That's a giant catfish. And it's a Xiao, that's exactly what it is. It fits exactly Tito's description. A giant fish, massive head, stocky body, crescent-shaped pectoral fins. But they're definitely not a man-eater.
It's just that these fish can't see well. Look at the size of the eyes, very small eyes. So in murky water, he must have seen Tito's foot, thought it was a bait fish of some sort, and attacked it. But it was not intentionally trying to attack Tito, not at all. They're not man-eaters, they want to attack a person. No way. Nunca escuché historias de ese pez que atacó un ser humano de repente.
¿Y por qué me atacó a mí?
Porque fue accidente.
Accidente. Entonces no es peligroso.
No hay que tener miedo de ese pez.
Muy bien. Muchas gracias por explicarme, no sabía.
Dale un besito. Mira, bebes, un besito.
Yo no le voy a dar.
Entiendo, amigo. Mira, lindo, ¿no?
Sí, está lindo para comer.
Está lindo para comer.
I came to the Amazon jungle, where I got to experience the way of life of the Chimane people. I had a really good time with some great guys.
Buen tiro.
They even let me fish for their beautiful and revered golden dorado.
That's what we're looking for. The tiger of the river.
As always, to get to where the big fish are, it's no walk in the park. But we were super motivated to get to the fishing spots. They showed me that things are not always what they seem. And I think that by landing one, I helped with their fear of the jao, a misunderstood fish that they've been afraid of since Tito's unfortunate accident.
Lindo, no?
Sí.
Now, I hope they can once again live in peace with this beautiful river and this giant fish.
That's completely crazy. There's a fish in the hole, and I gotta go down, but there's a gator right here.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I travel the world chasing monster fish. This time, I'm back in the southern US on an extreme mission to catch a huge and powerful catfish using just my hands. This type of fishing is called noodling or grabbing, and the last time I tried it, I caught a nice 50-pound flathead catfish.
That's the fish I was chasing.
But now, I want to catch a fish at least twice that size, and to find it, I'm gonna have to noodle much deeper than ever before.
You're down there and something bad goes wrong down deep, you'll drown.
Catfish live in holes in muddy waters and can grow to over 5 feet long. So to try to catch one with just my hands, it's really dangerous.
He drowned with his face about this far from the surface.
He was lifeless when I got down to him.
I can't see you. Where are you?
And even if I do manage to find a real monster, catching it is another story.
Don't let go.
I'm back in the southern US to catch a huge catfish with my bare hands. I've done it before, but this time I'm after a true monster. And to find it, I'm gonna have to go much deeper than last time. So not only am I gonna have to get thrashed around by massive fish, but it will happen completely underwater. It's one of the most dangerous types of fishing in the world, and people have been badly hurt and even died doing it.
Flathead catfish can weigh over 100 pounds. They hide in holes that can be anywhere in these muddy waters. No! And when you find a catfish hole, you have to stick your hands or feet into it and try and get the fish to bite them. To make matters worse, there can be even more dangerous animals hiding in the holes, like beavers, snapping turtles, and even venomous snakes. So I'm here in Texas to noodle with my buddy Nate. He's got years of experience. The last time I was here, I was just a beginner. But thanks to Nate, I managed to catch a big flathead catfish.
That's the fish I was chasing.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
Good job.
Nate convinced me that we could catch a fish twice that size. But after having felt the brutal strength of a 50-pound flathead, I have no idea how I'm supposed to land a 100-pound monster.
Well, at least now we know this gator's where we're gonna be noodling. Nate,
Hey, Cyril.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Glad to see you back.
Yeah, I wanted to do some more noodling, man.
Yeah, but that's the reason I brought you down here, man. Lots of big catfish.
So you think we could do a bigger fish than last time this time, right?
You didn't want to come back to catch the same size, did you?
No, I want to get a monster fish.
So that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to look for him. It's going to be tough, though. We got to make sure we're safe out here because someone almost every year dies noodling by drowning.
Really?
I'll tell you a story about this guy who was noodling alone, and it was out there on one of them old highways that's all cracked up, you know, and the sides have kind of caved down like this, so it's sitting there, and he was fishing in the top crack, reaching down in there. He got his arm caught right there in that crack. And, you know, he was only in about 3 or 4 foot of water, but he couldn't get his arm free. He drowned with his face about this far from the surface.
You're kidding. Can you imagine the feeling being this close to the surface, not being able to reach it? You see it's right there, and you're stuck, you can't reach it, you can't breathe. I don't even want to think about it.
Finally, search and rescue found him right there under the surface. They had to break his arm to get him out. They used a big pry bar and they broke it, got him out, but it was too late. It had already been a couple hours by the time they was able to locate him.
All right, so basically snakes, beavers, turtles, now gators, and drowning.
I feel like you're a little more experienced. You want a bigger cat, man? We're gonna have to go get into some stuff.
Let's do it, man.
The first challenge with noodling is finding the fish. And in this huge lake, we have a lot of water to cover. Catfish like to hide in crevices, cracks, and holes on the water. So we start with the shoreline, feeling around with our hands for any hole big and deep enough to hide a catfish. We keep skirting the shore until we come across a section of broken concrete slabs on the side of a highway. The chunks of concrete create lots of hiding spots. But I'm not so sure about this.
Man, I don't really want to noodle this part, man. It's too dangerous, you know, like those slabs.
Yeah, I mean, if one of them falls in, we're gonna be having a really bad day, right?
That would be your last day.
Yeah.
The guy Nate was talking about was noodling in the same kind of environment, and it ended up being his last day. I don't have a good feeling about this.
Just gotta be careful.
Yeah, but you can't control that. It can break any time.
Let's check this hole anyway.
It's out of control.
Sport is crazy, I'm telling you. I hate those old man-made structures, and you never know when they're gonna give. Those concrete slabs. That falls on you, that's it, you're dead.
Nate and I get on either side of a massive piece of broken concrete. The slab creates a space on the water, open on both ends. The perfect place for a catfish to hide.
Hey, Nate, you know what a guillotine is?
Unfortunately. Hopefully we hurry up and get this one over with.
Yeah.
This is as extreme as it gets. Nate has a huge piece of unstable concrete hanging right above his neck. And as I wedge both arms under one end of the slab, Nate reaches in from the other side to see if there's anything hiding in there.
I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I have my whole arm under a concrete slab right now.
I just hope this is worth it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a big fish, too. You felt that, too, right?
Oh, yeah. He scared him this way, but he just barely touched my foot and went back that way.
And I feel the tail movements of the fish on the water. It hits the concrete slab. I can feel it in my feet.
Somewhere under the slab is a big fish that could clamp down on my hands at any second. And that's exactly what I needed to do for me to catch it.
Oh, he almost came to me. Bumped me again.
You feel it?
You better, he's gone.
Man, this is Nate, get out. Get out, man.
Even if we risk losing the fish, I help Nate get out because there's lots of venomous snakes around, including the cottonmouth, whose bite can be deadly.
I didn't get a good look at what type of snake it was, but don't want to take any chances.
The fish took off as soon as we left the hole, so now we just have to try somewhere else.
If you don't mind, would you go over there and check over there under a few of those logs over there? I'm gonna go check a hole or two that used to be pretty good over here.
Okay.
To cover more ground, we decide to split up And not long after, I find a big chunk of concrete resting on its side. I push both legs in as far as I can to see if there's a fish hiding in there. Yeah, there's one.
Looks like the fish is right here because my hands are here. But actually there's a concrete slab and right now I have my whole leg underneath that slab. And the fish is about right here, right where my hand is.
The fish attacks me again. I push my hand in and grab its mouth. But he quickly pulls free and goes back into the hole.
I almost grabbed him.
So I push my leg as far in as possible. And then go under to try to catch this fish.
Okay, I got him. I got him. I got his mouth, yep. Oh. Man, that fish took off so fast. I had a good grip on its mouth with both hands, but then I let go one hand to see what was gonna happen, and I quickly found out. One flick of that tail and the fish was gone. They're so powerful. Unreal. Oh, that was a good fish too.
I make my way over to Nate, who seems to have found a hole at the base of a tree stump.
It feels good and clean at the entrance. Is there a hole? Is there a hole on your side?
Yeah. Right here.
I'm gonna block this one.
Yep.
And you can go in there and see if he's in there.
I gotta say that the last thing I want to do is stick my foot in there, because I have no idea what could be hiding in this hole. But it's the only way to find out. So I push my leg in as far as I can.
There's something in there. It's biting my foot.
I heard it.
It's on my foot.
You wanna go down here?
It's biting. It's clamping on my foot. I think I'm gonna need your help, man. It's a big fish. It's a big fish. How do we go about it? Shall I grab its mouth now?
Yeah, I would try to get a hand in its mouth and maybe try to give him a headlock. You can squeeze him with your legs. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way.
He's there for sure. All right.
It looks like this is a huge fish, so Nate stays at the surface for backup in case something goes wrong. As I dive down, I pull my foot out of its mouth and stick my hand in the hole. And it bites down again, hard.
Oh man, the whole tree's vibrating. Come on, Cyril, don't lose him.
I managed to grab its mouth with both hands, but now I gotta get it out of the hole.
Got him?
It's a monster fish, and it's tossing me around like a rag doll. Nate jumps in to help, but even then, we barely manage to hold on to it.
Oh man. Don't let go, don't let go.
That's a monster. I got his mouth. Let me pull you up. I got both hands in his mouth.
I try to reach my arm around it, but he goes into a violent roll.
It's gone, man.
What happened, man?
It's gone. Oh. I let go. I thought he was gonna break my wrist tumbling around like that, you know? Yeah, I really screwed up on this fish. I had both hands in the fish's mouth. I tried to reach around the body to lock the body, actually. But by the time I did that, the fish started rolling on my hand, on a single hand, and it's such a big fish, I had to let go. He was gonna break my wrist. I let go.
Hey man, those big ones are so big. As you're easing them out of that hole, you want to try to get your legs up around it and lock that tail, because otherwise, you know, they're just too big. It's at least 75 pounds, man. 70 plus pounds. Dude.
75?
It's like this. It's like a whale. Man, it's all right, man. There's more fish. We'll get
but that's the fish we wanted.
That was the one. That could have been it.
Sorry about that, man.
That's all right, man. It happens to everybody. I even lose one sometimes.
I really messed up on this fish. Really messed up.
I can't believe it. That was the monster catfish I wanted. The odds of finding a fish that size again are close to 0. Even obsessive noodlers like Nate might catch a fish like that once a year. And when it comes to noodling, obsessive is definitely the word.
This whole noodling thing, it's kind of crazy, but it's all psychological, it's all in the head. You have to overcome your fears to become a good noodler, I guess, you know, otherwise you're just never gonna get there. At first, when you put your hand in the hole, you kind of go with the fist like this, you know, because you know the head is coming, you know the attack is coming. But, you know, sometimes the hole is deeper, so if you want to really feel the hole, you gotta put your fingers out, extend your fingers, and feel around, try to get to the back of the hole. Because what you want is to get hit. You want to feel that fish. You want to provoke an attack. And you know it's coming. You know that hammer with teeth is coming. And at one point, it's like, boom! It's kind of crazy. But I like it.
To improve my chances of finding another monster, I think I should try noodling in deeper, colder waters, where the catfish like to hide when the temperature gets really warm, like it is right now. So I've left Texas, and I'm now in Mississippi. I'm here to meet Sean, who has the equipment I need to get to those big catfish holes in deeper water.
Sean, how's it going?
Fine. How you doing, Cyril?
I'm pretty good, man.
Sean Atkins.
Cyril, good to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Dustin.
Dustin? Cyril, nice to meet you, man.
So why in the world did you come to Mississippi?
For this. This is it, right? This is the Hookah thing?
Yes, it is. That's a Hookah compressor in the boat.
The Hookah is a system that is kind of like the old diving bells, where air is pumped from the surface through a hose down to the diver.
You ever done it before?
No, I've never
You ever
been.
grabbed before?
Yeah, I grabbed, yeah.
But never Hookah?
No.
Well, we're going to have to go try this out. I don't know. I usually take people that are experienced, so I'm going to have to kind of see what you know. It's a little bit dangerous. Actually, it's a lot dangerous.
In what way?
Air supplied from topside, 25 foot, 20 foot, black water. We have alligators in the water, turtles, snakes. I don't know if you're familiar with any of that.
Yeah, I've been through that. It's like a walk in a park, man.
Well, come on, let's go try it out then.
So where are we going to noodle?
We're not.
What do you mean we're not?
We're not going noodling right now. Look, the biggest thing is all mental, okay? And I've never taken you before, and I take a lot of people, they freak out. People die from this. So we're gonna go snake grabbing first.
Snake grabbing?
Yeah, I wanna see how you react to that. I wanna make sure you don't freak out.
Here in Mississippi, they even have bare hand snake grabbing tournaments, and everybody loves it.
Where do you find snakes? In the trees? In the cypress trees?
You just see them on the limbs.
Dustin, you're gonna do it? You're gonna grab some snakes?
Oh, hell no.
Now, all that's left to do is find a snake and hope it's not one of the venomous species found here, like the cottonmouth.
2 just went in the water right there.
It went down, right?
Yeah, they'll come back. Cyril, ease in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, don't just jump in.
They pick up vibrations, right?
That's right. They can't hear, but they'll pick up the vibrations of us.
Not like that, right?
Not like that. So anybody knows that's not easing in the water, okay? That's jumping in the water.
That's jumping in the water.
Yeah.
There aren't just snakes around here. There's also alligators. This is really intense. All right, let's grab a snake quick so we can do hookah diving.
Hey, Cyril.
What?
We spot a snake.
Come here. He's straight up there, you see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Reach up and get him. His head's pointed away, so he's fine. All you gotta do is ease straight under him. You got to hold on to him, don't let go.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Touched it.
I jumped and almost had it, but I let it go.
So look, that's a perfect example of what happens.
Yeah, let go.
Just then you let go. It's a natural reflex. Bad things happen down deep. And if you allow something like that to happen, you'll drown.
I'm done.
That's right. You've been all over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world and chased everything, and just then you let go of a little snake. Then that's a perfect example of what happens. It gets here.
Right.
So literally the next one we come up on,
grab it.
Yeah, don't worry about the bite. It's coming.
It's coming, right?
Yeah, it's coming. That part's going to happen. All right, let's go right over here, this next tree.
I see one there. There's a snake in the tree there. Big snake.
Diamondback water snake. This one, you can't hesitate. We gotta keep your hands up in the water. And when you get there, just go get him. Just ease up there and then boom. I'm gonna go step out and swing like this way. You better grab him.
You see the snake right there? It's pretty big.
Go ahead on, Cheryl. And don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Yes, sir. Good job. Pull him out of the water. Pull him out of the water. Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, that's a good.
That neck too.
Yes, sir.
He didn't get any chance to
Didn't get bit, huh?
Now I am pretty good.
Woo, hey, right there,
was
brother.
cool.
Yes,
All
sir.
Man, that's a good one too.
You know, catching snake, it's kind of like putting your foot in a hole where there's a catfish that's gonna bite you. It's pretty much the same thing, you know, just part of your brain tells you, don't grab that snake, it's gonna bite you. But at the same time, you wanna do it, especially, you know, you wanna go noodling, you wanna go hookah, so you better grab that snake. Right, buddy?
You better grab that snake or you don't get to go hookah.
Exactly.
So you passed.
I passed?
You passed.
All right. So now we can hookah?
If you'll turn him loose, we'll go.
Yeah, all right. Oh, for sure I'm gonna turn him loose. You think I'm gonna sleep with that snake?
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
There's something weird about you guys in Mississippi.
Not as weird as y'all are. I talked you into catching a snake for no reason.
And I did it.
Yeah, and you're calling me weird?
I'm glad Sean could tell what kind of snake it was from a distance. Because had it been a cottonmouth, I'd be on my way to the hospital right now.
All right.
Hey, right there.
Let's do it.
Good job.
All right, so we're gonna go hooking now, right?
No.
What do you mean?
We're gonna go natural fishing first.
Natural fishing.
Yeah,
What's
we'll see.
that natural fishing here?
You're gonna
Grab a
hold
fish
your
by-
breath.
I've done that before. I know how to grab a fish by
I
hand.
don't know if you can or can't.
No, I can't do it.
You couldn't catch a snake earlier.
Ah,
Let's just go fishing first, and then we'll go back. Use there, okay?
Is he always like that?
Yeah, always.
Always changes the deal on you?
Let's just go. Come on.
Sean changes the rules once again, and now wants to see if I can noodle before taking me into deep water with the Hookah system. We get right back into the water to find a huge catfish. And luckily, Sean knows of another good spot.
So what do you noodle here? The roots?
Yeah, roots.
The cypress trees roots?
Not actually the roots. These trees set up like kind of like this. As you see the bells on them.
Yeah,
underneath there, they sit on a bunch of fingers, and we'll block those holes up, and those fish are underneath there. They make their house under. So you're fixing to catch fish out of trees.
All right. That's beautiful here.
Prettiest places you'll ever see.
We move slowly through the water, constantly checking for holes with our feet. We're looking anywhere where catfish could be hiding.
And this tree right here usually has a good in it.
Let's go explore.
It's here. It's here. There's a gator right there.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. There he is right over.
There's a gator right there.
You see him?
That's a good-sized gator, man.
He's right at the tree we're going grabbing at.
You want to go noodle that tree?
That tree right there is where I want to go.
But the gator's right there, man.
It'll swim off.
You think?
You will be all right.
They're not used to seeing people here, though.
No, they're not.
We wait for the gator to move, but he stays put. So we approach very slowly.
Yep, and here's the hole.
You can get your feet in the hole right now?
And I'm going to step back whenever you go down.
Okay, I'm going to go down. All right, that's completely crazy. There's a hole, and I got to go down, but there's a gator right here.
Fish.
The gator's not a problem, though?
Probably not.
Probably not.
We'll be all right.
All right. Nothing in the tree. No, it's empty.
Well, let's move to the next tree then.
Yeah, sounds good.
Catfish tend to avoid waters that are too warm. And with the intense heat right now, I need to go deeper in order to find the colder water that they like. But Sean won't let me try his Hookah system before I can prove to him that I can noodle big catfish. And for now, I'm only catching small ones.
Get him?
Yeah.
He bites you?
Yeah, he bit me.
I told you he was.
It's about the size fish you need to be catching, Cyril.
Hell yeah.
What a real fish.
As the sun sets, it becomes obvious that if I want to catch a monster today, I'll have to noodle after dark. Sean steers us deeper into the lake, towards one of his favorite spots. We're headed towards an area that has some junk underwater, including an old broken dock, 5 or 6 feet under the surface.
Got a gator there.
Yep, gator.
Yeah.
Swimming across right there. Pretty good gator.
Noodling these waters at night is no joke. There's gators all over the place, and we're gonna have to get in the water with them, in total darkness. Sean locates a sunken dock and blocks one end of it with his feet in case something is in there. The old dock is around 6 feet underwater, and we're hoping there's a catfish under it. The opening is at the end of the dock, and that's exactly where I'll have to stick my legs to try to get bit.
All right, so I'm standing up in the hole, and you just go straight in it.
Okay, sounds good.
And then if you got a fish, I'll know to move my foot.
Okay.
Okay? Good breath. Y'all, he got a good fish right here. Get you?
Yeah, he bit me. Then he went back to the back of the hole. It's deep, and the hole is really deep. It's about from here to, I'd say over there. I get bit by the fish, but he moves back to the back of the hole, so it's hard for me to grab it, but I'm gonna do it.
I dive back under, and this time I push my hand in as far as possible to try and get the fish to bite me. And he sure does.
Boy, fish is hitting him hard too.
Now that I've got him, I gotta pull him out and bring him to the surface.
Got him.
It's super strong, and he pulls me down. And it takes all my strength to bring it back to the surface.
Right.
All right, brother.
Yes.
Mississippi all natural hand grabbing at night.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Well, I say we can go hookah fishing now.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
All right, man.
You did good, brother.
All right, sounds good, buddy. That's a nice fish.
It's gotta be 25 pounds, but the monster I'm looking for is 4 times the size.
That was good.
Mississippi, right there. All right.
I finally earned Sean's respect, and today I get to noodle in deep water with his Hookah system. But this is not the type of fishing that can be taken lightly. In fact, accidents while using a Hookah can be deadly, as Jason Foster found out when his friend died when they were noodling together.
You let your guard down using the Hookah system. You think that, just because it's pumping air to you all the time, nothing can happen to you. Well, I've had fish come up out of stumps and knock the regulator out of my mouth, bust my goggles, bust my nose, black my eyes.
Really?
You have to keep your wits about you no matter what happens.
Jason and his friend had years of noodling experience with the Hookah system when the accident happened.
Well, it was a tree that had a hole in the bottom of it, and he was a little fella, so I guess he wormed his way up in it. When I noticed air wasn't coming up, I dove in, but it was too late then. He was in about 10, 11 foot of water.
So you're the one who got him out?
Mm-hmm.
You found him in there?
But he was lifeless when I got down to him.
Man.
I'm starting to realize why Sean has been so hard on me. One small mistake with the Hookah system can be tragic.
Have you noodled since the incident, since the accident?
He would kick my tail if I quit, so I've kept doing it. And it brings back a bunch of bad memories.
Can't imagine, man.
And it was just a matter of minutes. It went from him standing there in the boat next to me to no longer with me.
Nothing you can do about it, man. It's not your fault. You could have been you in that sun.
I've had myself in situations to where if it wasn't for me keeping calm enough, it probably would have been.
Sorry about that, man. Sorry about your friend.
It's one of those things that you take that chance. I mean, it's a dangerous sport.
After hearing Jason's story, I'm starting to get a clear picture of how risky this is.
Man, using a Hookah while noodling is really dangerous. When you're down deep in murky water, if anything happens, anything goes wrong, you can't lose your calm. You have to stay super calm and deal with the problem, otherwise you can drown.
The danger is real, but if I want to noodle and catch a monster catfish with my hands, I'm gonna have to get down into holes that are in much deeper water. I'm back on the water with Sean and Dustin, and we're heading towards one of their favorite spots, a tree with big roots, some 20 feet underwater.
See that tree right there?
Yeah.
That's the best tree on the lake. We're going to find a fish right here.
I like it. I like it.
So let's try this.
So far, it's kind of like scuba diving. I have a regulator because I'm tethered to the boat by the hose. The problem is that hose can kick and can get stuck in the obstacles on the bottom of the lake. Plus, I have a weight belt that's going to keep me on the bottom. The problem is that if I have a fish, I don't really know how I'll pump up to the top. This weight belt is really heavy. I don't really know what I'm getting myself into, but I'll figure it out, I guess.
You'll get a real quick lesson on it in just a minute.
I go down into the murky depths, and visibility here is almost zero. I finally reach the bottom, and I feel around to find that tree. I find it. I can't even see the surface from down here. The hole is here, between the roots. I put my foot in to see if a fish is in there. It hits me hard. I can't really see it yet, but I think it's really big. I put both hands in its mouth and slowly pull it out of the hole. It's a big one. I managed to get him out of the hole, and he fights with brutal strength. On the surface, Sean and Dustin are ready to jump in if anything goes wrong. I gotta get up to the boat, but only my legs are free. Just as I break the surface, my hose gets caught and the regulator is ripped out of my mouth. The fish pulls me down, and I fight to get back up to the surface, but the hose gets caught on a branch. Sean realizes I'm in trouble and jumps in to help. Now that my hose is free, I catch my breath. I'm good to get to the surface.
Cyril, let me see the fish.
What? It's here, man.
Oh my God.
Nice fish, huh?
Look at that.
It's clamping on my hand.
Oh, nice.
That's a
good
tank, man.
Yeah, you didn't know it was that big, did you? That's a 60-pound female right there.
Is that 60 pounds?
Absolutely, that's a 60-pound female. How many times folks catch fish that big? Look at that.
I don't know, but that's a nice
good.
fish.
That is a nice fish.
Yeah. Man, this fight of this fish was incredible. The fish was trying to pull me down, you know, it was rolling around. That was insane, that was crazy. I guess that's Hookah fishing right there.
This is the first catfish I've noodled this deep, and it's a big one. It seems that the giants I'm looking for really are in deeper, colder water.
That's Mississippi flathead fishing at its absolute best.
Beautiful animal. All right.
It's still not the monster I'm looking for, but for my first time noodling with a hookah, it's a really nice fish.
Man, that's awesome, bro. I enjoyed it. Let's do it again.
That was cool.
Another day's done, and I still haven't caught the monster fish I'm after. I can't stop thinking of the one I lost with Nate. It was exactly the fish I wanted, but it was too big and too powerful, and I lost it. Time's running out, and I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever find a monster like that again. And if I do find it, will I even be able to hold on to it? I'm back where I started, in Texas, with Nate. But this time, we're gonna try to catch a huge catfish by hand, scuba diving. Hopefully at that depth, where the water is colder, we'll find a real monster. You can't take this kind of diving lightly. So before heading down, I'm gonna show Nate how to use a full face mask, and especially how to put it back on if a huge fish knocks it off your face.
All right, so it's pretty simple, but it's super important, seriously, because you can drown down there, right?
Right.
The whole point of this exercise is to be able to clear the mask. If it fills up with water, if the fish knocks off the mask off your face, you know, you're in trouble.
We're using this type of mask because they have an integrated communication system. And to catch a monster at this depth, we really need to work as a team.
The purge, yeah. This is how you clear your mask. So we're gonna pretend a fish, big fish, knock the mask off your face, take it off completely underwater, put it back on as if a fish really knocked it off. All right.
It's not hard to purge the water from a full face mask when you put it back on underwater, but you can't panic. You have to stay calm and resist the urge to breathe in once the mask is back on. If you start breathing before purging, you could drown, in your own mask.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now we can go get a big fish, right? Exactly. Let's do it.
We dive into murky waters to try something that very few people have done before. Catching a giant catfish 40 feet underwater using only our hands.
Man, visibility is super limited down here. We gotta stay close. Copy that. Super close.
Man, this is crazy. I've dove in murky waters before, but down here, I can barely see anything. Visibility is almost zero. I can barely see 3 feet in front of me. How am I supposed to find a catfish down here?
There are lots of rocks here, but no big holes.
I don't think we're gonna find many holes down here. Let's go look under these ledges. Under the rocks there? Yeah, under the rocks. Okay, copy that.
I check anywhere big enough to hide a catfish, but so far, no luck.
Nope, nothing here.
I ran into some pretty big blue catfish, but we're looking for their cousins, the flathead. There's gotta be some around. I keep moving down the ledge and suddenly realize that I've lost track of Nate.
Nate, copy? I can't see you. Where are you? Do you copy? I'm over here, man. I can't see you either. Yeah, we started at the bottom.
Visibility is getting worse here. I've got to find Nate. Wait, what's that?
Out of nowhere, a huge alligator gar swims within 5 feet of me.
This is getting out of control. I can barely see anything at all. I don't know where Nate is, and I've got only about 10 minutes of air left.
Nate, there's a huge gar down here, man. Yeah, it's nuts. I've seen a few of them. If we don't find each other in a minute, we gotta surface. Copy that, Nate? Copy that. I'm just gonna hang tight here and see if I can see you in a second.
I keep looking for Nate, and I'm starting to think that we'll never find a fish. No sign of Nate, and no fish either. It's time to head back to the surface.
Nate, I see you. I got you. Hey, I saw that big gar, man. It thing's huge. Did you see any flatheads? No, not yet. Have you? No.
The good news is that I found Nate, but it's time to head back up.
Cyril, hey, over here. I see one under this rug, man. It's a big fish. But a little bit low in there. Do you think you can grab it? Yeah, but can you stick around? Do you have enough to stick around to help me out? Yeah, I'm good for a minute. Let's get this thing. All right.
I find a hole and stick my hand in.
It's clamping on my hands.
It's biting me so hard, it's gotta be a monster fish.
Man, the size of this fish.
This is the fish I've been chasing.
Just be careful, don't lose him, man. He's a really big boy. Man, I got it. Yep. Right, I'm pulling at it. It's coming.
The fish shoots straight out and begins to thrash around. All I can do is hold on.
Hey, grab the tail. Giant, I'm gonna lose it. It's too big of a fish. Don't let go. Grab the tail.
If Nate can't grab it in the next few seconds, we'll lose it.
You got it? You got the tail? Yeah, I got the tail. All right, I think it's under control now. Man, it's a massive fish. Look at the size of this fish. It's huge. Wow. Man, this thing's gotta be 90 pounds, Cyril. You think? Oh, it's huge. It's massive, man. Bigger than any I've ever caught.
Look at the size of this catfish. A real monster. over 90 pounds. Caught by hand. A beautiful animal. This fish is really tired. I'm gonna let him go right here. Awesome. Man, that's what we've been chasing, man. We did it. Thanks, man. This is awesome. No, thanks to you, buddy. Thanks to you. We did it. I was starting to think that it was not gonna happen, but we did it.
That was epic. I started by noodling catfish with Nate, and I held in my hands a monster flathead, but I just couldn't hold on to it.
No.
I was really disappointed. But I kept diving deeper with Sean's Hookah to where the big fish were, and brought up a really nice one. But it still wasn't the monster I wanted.
Man, this fight of this fish was incredible.
So I went down even deeper, and with Nate's help, I managed to noodle a true monster catfish of over 90 pounds.
I can't believe it. What a fish.
The tide is coming in so fast. Look at the sandbank, it's almost gone. I'm gonna have to swim. I was not expecting the channel to be this deep. Plus there's a lot of current. The tide is ripping through here.
My name is Cyril Chauquet, and I travel the world chasing monster fish. This time, I'm on the coast of Tanzania, East Africa, an area known for its giant sharks. But I'm here after a predator fish with such a bad temper, it's been seen ramming sharks to death with its big blunt head. The giant trevally, aka GT, is a real bulldog of a fish. It combines speed and explosive force,
huge fish,
to devastating effect. And it can grow to massive sizes.
More than 85 kilos? Everything is at the breaking point right now, including my back. No! I'm in Tanzania on a mission to catch a giant trevally. These fish can get massive, over 150 pounds. And I'm telling you, they're so powerful, they rule the reefs around here.
They've even taken a run at divers who've encroached on their turf. And with their incredible speed and power, they compete with sharks and another apex predator, the massive dog-toothed tuna. I've come here to the coast of Tanzania to fish the waters of the Indian Ocean. I've heard stories of huge GTs here, so I've come to meet a fisherman that has spent his life on these waters. I'm hoping he can give me some clues.
Mohammed? Good boat.
And right away, he shows me how big these GTs can get.
My God, really? Like this? My God. Really? Karambisi, how big?
Kilo 80 kwenda mbele.
More than 85 kilos?
Na wewe nguvu ukiwa huna, basi anaweza.
My Swahili is really limited, but I'm still picking up a few words enough to understand what he's talking about. Fall in the water, very strong, huh? They can pull you overboard. Are there still fish this big today? Karambisi, out at sea, far, in deep water? In the bay, no more? No? All gone? Asante sana. Respect for a lifelong fisherman.
And just as I was leaving, I see something that happens everywhere in the world.
That's pretty sad. I hate to see dead sharks, but you know, happens everywhere in the world. Tiger shark, huh? That's a young tiger shark. Look, the fins were cut off. And in a lot of places in the world, they actually cut all the fins off. See, the fins of the shark are missing. They've been cut off. They cut the dorsal fin. They must have cut off the pectoral fins. Yeah, pectoral fin is gone. And yeah, the caudal is gone too. Part of the caudal fin has been cut off as well. And you know why they do that? Because the resale value of the fins is higher than the body itself. Because the flesh of the shark is, you can sell it, but it doesn't sell for much. And you know, a shark usually is big, so it takes a lot of room on a boat, takes a lot of gas to bring it back. So just keep the fins, throw the body. You know, it's said that about 100 million sharks are slaughtered every year, mainly for this finning, shark finning. It's very sad. But here, they're gonna eat it. It's not gonna go to waste.
I'm gonna have to find a boat. But for now, Mohammed told me about one of the only spots nearby where there could still be monster GTs. But to get there, I have to walk out to the end of a long, narrow sandbar that juts out into the sea. I keep casting, but the wind makes it really tough.
I just changed lures because this one is really good. The problem with it is that it's not really heavy, so it doesn't cast well into the wind. And right now, I have to cast into the wind to reach the drop-off, the deep water. And this one here is a lot heavier, so I can cast it like a missile. It just punches through the wind. So it's perfect. And it's a good lure too. It's a very good lure.
Now I'm casting my lure where it needs to be. But not a single bite. I can't see any, but I'm sure there are GTs swimming nearby. But I just realized I've been here a little too long.
The tide is coming in so fast. Look at the sandbank, it's almost gone. Completely gone. Gonna have to swim.
I have to get back to the mainland. It's pretty far, and I know there are tiger sharks around. And that's not the only problem.
Hey man, I was not expecting the channel to be this deep. Plus there's a lot of current. The tide is ripping through here.
The current is super strong. I could get pulled out to sea. I have to keep calm, breathe, and continue to swim across the current.
Yes. Man, I didn't realize that the channel was this deep. And a current.
I wind up on a small island. I don't know if it's good for GTs, but I'm here, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Oh, fish. Here we go. I don't know what it is yet. I think it might be a GT though. Whew. Yeah, I think it's a very small GT. All right, a giant trevally, a baby one. Man, I told you those fish can get humongous, over 150 pounds. We're far from it. It's gotta be 2 pounds, this fish. But the power they have is incredible, even at that size.
After an entire day fishing from the shore, it's pretty obvious that if I want a monster GT, I'm gonna have to get on a boat. I've come to a small village, to meet a fisherman whose name is Dimbo. I've been told he has a little boat.
Hello. I'm Cyril.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you. I was told that Dimbo lives here. Dimbo a fisherman?
Sit here.
Yeah?
Come here.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Dimbo. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I was told you're a fisherman, right?
Yeah, I'm fishing.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. How long have you been fishing for?
More than 12 or 15 years I did fishing.
Oh, wow. Wow, so you know all the good spots.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I've been fishing from the shore, but I'm not doing much. You know, like it's hard to find the big fish. And I'm looking for a Carambisi GT, giant trevally.
Yeah, we can go because I have outrigger.
Outrigger?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he fishes with you too?
Yeah, I do see.
Does he speak English a little bit? Because my Swahili is very limited. Hakuna matata.
Hakuna matata, no problem.
No problem. We'll find a way to communicate. You'll do the translation.
Yeah, it is. I will do that.
It's bright and early, and we're off on Dimbo's boat. It's a traditional sailboat, a dugout with outriggers on either side to keep it steady in the waves. But today, there's almost no wind, so we gotta paddle. We're getting to a drop-off, close to some deep water. The GT's hunting ground.
So this is a good spot for fishing.
Yeah?
Yeah, because this is a deep sea. You see, this is the reef, this is the wall.
How deep is it here, you'd say?
70.
About 70 meters?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Must be some big fish down there, no?
Yeah.
Big fish usually like deep water and take advantage of the wall of the drop-off to ambush and trap prey.
This lure might look really big to you, but I'm telling you, for a big GT, it's a snack. It's a peanut, I would say. They don't care. They're so aggressive and they get so big, they'll attack anything. So the idea with this lure is that it floats. So I cast it as far as possible, and then boom, once it hits the surface, I give some nice big twitches on the rod like this to make it pop. That's why it's called a popper. It makes a lot of noise on the surface and it calls the fish up the water column. They can hear it real deep or from a distance, and they come and attack it on the surface. It's really visual. And when I nail it, so boom, they come up from the bottom. Boom. It's really really exciting. Pretty hard popping from when you're sitting down, but you know, it's kind of really unstable. So if I stand up, it's a little perilous, you know, but I'm gonna do it. You know, you get a better angle on the lure like this when you're standing up, so you can give it better motion. But if I get a fish attacking the lure standing up in this position and my footing is not really good, I might just get pulled overboard. It's so narrow that I have one foot like this and the other foot like this. So basically I'm standing like a duck. So I have zero balance. If I get an attack on the lure, you know what? One thing at a time. Let's get a fish to attack this lure first and I worry about the consequences after.
Do it, do it, do it, do it. It's the fishing, do it.
Yeah. He's not the one making that thing pop all day long, I'm telling you. You must think I'm crazy fishing like that, no?
Yeah, it is sometimes.
Sweating, casting like a maniac, trying to get the fish to bite while you're relaxed, you know, just setting your line down and waiting for a bite. I'm doing the opposite. I'm trying to provoke those fish.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. Do that, you catch.
Oh, yeah? No break with you, huh? Like, keep casting, buddy, keep casting. I think I saw something behind it.
Oh, fish.
Yeah, GT. Come on, fish, come on. Oh! Whoa, did you see that?
Yeah, how many?
Oh.
Okay. Good job.
Thank you, my man. Oh, no, it's not a GT. It's a big-eyed trevally. Man, if I get a big one, it's gonna be tough landing in from this boat.
Good job. Good job, man.
Thank you, my man. I told you this lure is not big. Look, you know, this fish is not that big, and it attacked a huge lure for its size.
Can we keep this fish for dinner?
Yeah, no problem, yeah. You want to keep it?
I want to keep it.
There you go, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
It's a good fish to bring back to the village?
Yeah, it is. For local people, we're giving them local people for dinner. Yeah, it's a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, too. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Thank you for the catch.
A lot of work, huh?
It is.
Especially in this heat. All right, let's keep working at it.
The wind has picked up a bit, but not enough to set the sails. So we gotta keep paddling.
Look. My God.
There's something huge swimming right beside us.
Oh,
yeah.
You see them?
Yeah. Whale sharks, some big ones.
Yeah, my God. The big fish.
There's whale sharks right here.
See the big one there.
Feeding on the surface.
I know these waters are home to other kinds of sharks, but I can't help it. I have to see these giants up close. Reaching sizes in excess of 40 feet, whale sharks are the biggest fish in the ocean. And despite their gigantic size, they're harmless. They only eat plankton or tiny fish along the surface. There's a few of them around, and they swim right up to me. This is such a privilege, to be able to swim with these gentle giants.
Oh, it's beautiful, guys.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for spotting him.
Oh, yeah, my God. Big fish.
This is good sign for fishing, right?
It is. Super. Whoa.
It's good omen?
Yeah, it's good. It's good one. My God.
Let's get back to fishing.
Come on, big fish.
It's over 100 degrees. We've been at it for over 3 hours now, but with not much to show for it yet.
Oh, you had a bite? Oh, you got a fish there. All right. Triggerfish. Good job, my man. You better fisherman than me. Little triggerfish. Oh, you don't like it, huh? No good?
No good.
No good.
Catch and release.
He's better than me. He's catching something at least.
Do popper for fishing.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is fishing.
Yeah, that's right. Not resting. It can be long. It can take a long time before you get ahead. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Keep pounding the water. Keep working that lure. And if you give up, you'll never get that one fish. That one big fish you're chasing. So you gotta keep at it, even when you want to give up.
Oh, the fish is chasing.
Oh yeah. Your GG's coming up for the popper. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God, big one. Here. Go down. Be careful.
The fish tries to swim back down to the reef. I gotta stop it, or it might break me off.
This is brutal. I got my fish. I think I got this fish under control now. It's coming up. Okay.
Oh, big fish.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. Power of this fish is incredible. Oh yeah, here it is. Come on, fish. Yes. Beautiful animal. Beautiful fish, but not the monster I'm looking for yet. This fish is really tired. I'm gonna put it right back into the water because it's just as tired as I am, and I don't wanna hurt it. Good work, guys.
You too, man. Good job.
Good job, guys.
Good job. You're good fisherman.
Thank you.
Big GT. It was hard, but we catch it.
That was a good sized GT, yeah?
That was a nice fish for sure, but still far from what I'm looking for. For that, I have to go farther out, where there are more big fish. The wind has picked up a bit, but I still need a boat with a motor. This morning, I'm meeting with a local fisherman that will certainly be able to help me out.
You're Ali.
Yes.
Mambo Vipi.
Poa, karibu.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well,
Yeah?
thank you.
This is your boat right there?
No, this is not mine. Mine is over there.
Oh, it's the dhow there, huh?
Yeah, that's
Nice.
a small dhow there.
I've been trying to catch carambisi, and I've been told that you're the one fisherman I should talk to on the island.
You're
because
welcome.
yeah, I've caught a decent sized fish, like about this size, but I won't. You think we can do that?
Yes, we can.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right, let's do it, man.
We're on our way to some remote underwater reefs.
All right, my friend, let's catch a fish.
The captain is a professional fisherman, and like Ali, he knows where we're most likely to find the big predator I'm after. On the way, I put 2 lines out. You never know.
So everything come from the deep reef.
That confirms what I was thinking. To better my chances, I need to fish the reefs further offshore, where there's less fishing pressure.
Yeah, we have to catch something, because gotta eat tonight. The only thing we have is rice, so
I mean, I like rice, don't get me wrong. We need protein. Man, it's hot even when you're not doing anything. I'm just holding a rod, you know, trolling, not even casting. So imagine when I'm casting and bringing that popper in. It's deadly. It's so hot.
Fish on this line. Fish, fish. This line, this line.
Slow, my friend, slow, slow, slow. Yeah, get a fish. Thanks. I don't know what it is yet. We'll soon find out. It's not a big fish. It's a GT, a small GT. Oh no, it's a big eye trevally. Putting my glove on because those fish, they have very sharp bones on the tail, and it's hard on the fingers. It can cut your fingers. All right. Look, you know what I'm talking about. You see the bones here? This is a blade. It's really, really sharp. So no gloves, you're in for some trouble. No wonder they call big eye trevally. Look at the size of the eyes. Huge. Clearly a sight hunter.
I would put it back, but we gotta eat. And the guys really like this kind of fish.
Thank you, my friend. Watch your fingers, huh? Oh, man. Hey, this boat is beautiful, but in terms of fishing, especially casting, it's a real challenge. There's so many obstacles in the way of my cast. There's ropes here, there's a mast on the deck here. You gotta be careful when you're casting, not to get tangled in something. And not to break your rod too when you're popping.
I keep casting, but it's scorching out. We're baking in the sun, and we're between tides. Fish are not really on the hunt right now. Plus, the captain is really hungry. I think it's time for a break. We drop anchor near a sandbar that's become exposed with the low tide. Ali prepares the fish, while the captain and I build a shelter from the burning sun, using a sail. To cook the fish, we place the fillets between wooden splints. Then, tie it all together to make sure it holds. As for the fire, some dried coconuts that the guys always keep on the boat.
Are you hungry?
Very, very.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very hungry, huh?
But me and him, we like head piece.
The head, huh?
The head.
It's all yours, man.
This is good fish. What do you think?
It's amazing. Seriously. Let's go catch another one for tonight. Have you ever hooked a really big GT like that you couldn't land?
I remember one time, me and two friends of mine decided we go fishing. All of a sudden, the fish start to go. All of the line was almost finished. It's 3 kilometers and something.
What do you mean? Like he pulled you for 3 kilometers?
3.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, very big one. 72.
Kilos?
Kilogram.
Wow.
Taller than me.
That is huge. Imagine he got pulled by the fish for 3 kilometers. That's 2 miles before he could land it. But honestly, I could get pulled for 15 miles. I don't care. To land a fish like this, no problem. I really want to catch that fish.
Once again, I'm getting kicked off a sandbar by the rising tide.
I think it's time to go.
It's time we get back to fishing. The tide is moving, and predators like GTs should be on the hunt.
So hot. Unbearable. So we're gonna put a roof over our head.
We create some shade with a sail because the sun is way too intense. But it's really just for the captain and Ali. Because if I want to catch that monster fish, I have to keep casting and bake in the sun.
On! Yep, on!
Huge fish, huge fish, huge fish!
Ooh, out of the water, big one!
It's a huge GT, huge fish. Big GT, guys.
The fish heads full speed towards the back of the boat.
That boat is too long.
Careful, 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 careful.
Now it's going to the front of the boat.
Yeah, aye, yalla. Careful. Go around the rope.
The boat is too long, and the ropes.
Oh no!
What happened?
He broke me off.
Huh? What happened?
Cut me off on the bow, on the hull. It was a huge GT, and I was trying to keep the fish to the back of the boat, but he ran me underneath the boat, and the line touched the hull. That was it. Broke me off. Well, that's what happens when you play with monster fish. Can't win all the time. A lot of times you actually lose. Like now.
I just lost a huge fish. And finding another one that big will be tough. Especially with all the work it takes and the heat. At the market this morning, I see firsthand that there is fishing pressure on here. And with the boats I've been on so far, I just can't get out far enough. But I have a plan to get on a bigger boat. I've been fishing for 3 days, and I've only managed to catch a single nice GT.
Beautiful GT.
But I lost a really big one.
Oh no! He broke me off.
I'm on my way to meet a crew I know. They have a bigger motorboat, and they've told me about some spots practically untouched, far from land.
Well, I hope I'm gonna catch that big GT over there.
I've fished with JJ in the past, and I'm sure he can help me find the monster GT I've been chasing.
Hey guys.
Hey Cyril, how are you?
JJ, how are you? Good to see you again. You still look young, man. You haven't aged at all.
I shaved him.
Here's JJ's crew.
Hey, Ali.
Hi, Cyril.
His first mate, Ali. Second mate, Bernard.
Hi, good to meet you, man.
Hey, Maddie.
And Maddie, the captain.
Long time.
Yeah, a long time.
All right, I can't even tell who you are, really. The sun, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome back, Cyril.
Well, it's good to see you. All right, let's go catch some fish, guys.
And we're off, headed much further than I've been able to so far, towards underwater reefs, 150 miles from the coast.
Wow. Tell me where the fish are, guys.
We arrive on top of the first reef, and we're gonna try to fish with bait. But first, we gotta catch some.
There's dolphins, there's birds, there's bait over there. Should be some big fish around here.
This concentration of birds is a sign that the water is teeming with bait fish, and the predators shouldn't be far behind.
Look at the bonita on top. Hunting, it's beautiful.
It's a real feeding frenzy. The bait fish is pushed up to the surface by the predators down below, and attacked by the birds from above. Now is the time to catch a good-sized bait for a GT.
Yeah. It's very important to catch this bait because that's the key to catching a monster fish.
Wow, there's Dr. Tuna chasing it. I have to land this fish before it gets eaten.
Oh, he's coming back for it. Oh, no, it's good. Turn away. There we go. All right, guys. Good job, man. Yeah. We got some bait. This might seem like a big bait, but I'm telling you, that's the size we want.
We drop the bait down to the reef. There's gotta be monsters down there.
Oh yeah, here we go, here we go.
Grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it.
Here we go. That's serious. Now we got a big fish on. Real big. Swimming towards the boat.
Yeah, it's okay. Careful.
Doggy?
I don't know, doggy or king mackerel?
It looks like it might be another apex predator from the reefs around here. The Dr. Tuna.
That's him there. Oh no, it's a shark.
No, shark, man. Ah, damn.
False alarm. The shark.
We don't want to hurt the shark, so we need to get the hook out before we set it free.
I'm gonna try and get the hook out. I'm gonna try, I don't know if I'm at it.
You got it, you got it.
A shark is definitely not what we're after. In fact, we wanted to avoid him entirely. Plus, he just ate our only bait.
Too bad, I really thought that was it.
Yeah, it went. It took off, it really went down, yeah? Like
I really thought that was it, man.
Like a proper fish, yeah?
We're on our way to another reef, some 300 feet straight down.
Much deeper water here.
I'm gonna switch up my technique and try some vertical fishing.
The first few drops of jigging, they hurt. You're not warmed up, and the pain is real. But then if you hook a fish, the adrenaline kicks in and you don't feel a thing anymore. Good hit. I was fishing in about 100 meters of water. That's close to 300 feet. You can get almost anything down there. I don't know what it is. It's touching the reef.
Yeah, it's a big GT, yeah?
You think it's a GT, yeah?
Yeah, might be lucky.
I think that might be the big GT, the monster GT I've been chasing. But it's too close to the bottom right now.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, I think it's off the reef now.
Yeah, it's off.
I finally managed to get the fish out of the rocks. And all of a sudden, he dug right back down.
These monsters, they live on the reef close to the bottom. And that's where they want to go back to. This type of fishing is really hard on your back. I don't know what to do. This fish is stuck on the bottom. It's wrapped around a rock. It might break me off anytime. No!
Got you.
Thank you, man.
Oh, bad luck. Bad luck.
That was monstrous. Whatever that was.
Yeah. Where you reefed you?
Think it was a GT that could have wrapped me on the bottom?
Probably a GT or a big grouper.
There was nothing I could do. This fish was wrapped on a rock on the bottom, wrapped around.
If the fish that just broke me off was a GT, he must have been massive. I couldn't stop it. I really want to see what's down there. And since I have some gear on board, I'm gonna take a look.
Good.
This reef looks pretty healthy, with a large diversity of small fish. The entire food chain should be here, all the way to the top predators, even sharks. I'm gonna go up to the top of this reef. Nice little grouper. Hey, what's that? Oh, they're bluefin trevallies. They look like GTs, but they don't get nearly as big. Plus, their heads are not as blunt. There seems to be more over there. There might be GTs too.
The bluefins are on the hunt, but I won't try to keep up. They're way too fast.
I'm still good for air. There's gotta be a big GT here somewhere. Wow, the size of that fish, unreal.
It's not a GT. It's even bigger and known to be more powerful. It's a dogtooth tuna, or doggy.
There seems to be some serious dogtooth tuna around here. If I got one like that, the fight would be even more intense than with a GT.
The dogtooth tuna is a massive top predator. At over 230 pounds, it can get bigger than a GT. I've never caught a huge one before, but after what I just saw, you can be sure I'm gonna try.
With the light fitting, I'm gonna use a glow-in-the-dark jig like this one. At the end of the day, and especially in 300 feet of water, it's pretty dark down there. So the jig will be much more visible to the fish. This is it. First drop, boom. This is serious. And it's gonna reef me. It's trying to get down to the reef. If it gets to it, this is no good.
Keep it tight.
Yep.
This fish is super powerful, and if it gets down to the reef, there's a good chance it'll break me off. So I have to keep it up.
Starting this fight, it was daylight still.
Big fish on jig, eh?
All right.
It'll take you a while, eh?
Buddy, yeah. He's getting to the reef there.
The fish makes another run. Maddie gives it some gas to help me keep it away from the reef.
Okay, Maddie. That's a big fish, huh? It's going again, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to stop this fish. Yeah, thanks, Matty. Good job. Sorry, guys, I'm not talking to you too much because I'm under a lot of pressure right now. I want to land this fish. It's a monster. It's not a GT, but it's a big fish. It's a dogtooth tuna, I think. What do you think it is?
Big doggy.
It's a doggy?
Ah, it's a big one, yeah.
If it's a dogtooth tuna, then it's even bigger than the one I saw in my dive.
Yeah, it's coming up. I can feel it. It's coming up.
Yeah, he's gassed up, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I see him there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's giant.
It's a big fish, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to land it on this side here, if I can.
Allez, je te gaffe. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the leader.
Yeah. You get the leader? All right. All right, let me pull back a little bit. All right. It's huge. Let me get the jig out of its mouth so we don't get hooked on. You got the jig? Whoa, that's a big fish, guys. What a monster. Might not be the giant GT I was looking for, but look at the size of this dog-tooth tuna. Unbelievable. That's a monster right there. I still can't believe it. How big is this fish, JJ?
It's a monster, Cyril, man. That's a good 80 kilos at least.
80 kilos?
Yeah.
My God. That's close to a world record. Bye. Yeah, man. Oh my God. I was expecting a big GT coming here, man. You put me on a huge doggy. The doggy of my life.
It's gonna be any bigger than any GT you're gonna catch, man.
Yeah. No, the GT is totally, I forgot about the GT. I'm coming back next time for a GT, guys.
All right.
I came to Tanzania after a monster giant trevally, and I managed to get a nice one.
Beautiful, the GT.
But I wanted bigger. I had a monster on my line.
Oh no!
For a little while.
He broke me off.
Giving up was out of the question.
Yep.
And with JJ's crew, I caught a giant fish.
Unbelievable.
Much bigger than the giant trevally I was here for.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Andre! That's a bear. That's a bear, man. Oh, bear. Right there. Yeah, bear.
My name is Cyril Chauquet.
I'm surrounded by bull sharks.
And I travel the world chasing monster fish. That's why I'm in northern Canada, where I've heard stories about First Nation fishermen whose lines have been broken and their nets ripped by humongous fish.
That's unbelievable.
He broke the braided line.
There's definitely monsters in this water.
These fish are so big and powerful, they're said to be impossible to catch. I want to see just how big they can get, and if I can catch one. The problem is that the land here is so vast, remote, and wild that finding them can be dangerous.
There have been outsiders that have been attacked by bears, even killed by bears.
Some people have been killed? Really? It's a giant, huh?
Oh man, this thing is humongous.
That's a monster.
Look at the size of that thing.
Imagine a freshwater fish so big and powerful, he can rip apart nets and break super strong lines. I want to find one for myself. But look down there. There's so much water, so many huge lakes and rivers, that finding one is going to be like finding a needle in a haystack.
I'm heading deep into the land of the Innu and Naskapi First Nations, way up in the Canadian North. A territory so huge that the only way to get from one spot to another is by helicopter or float plane. Somewhere in the thousands of lakes and rivers lives enormous fish, true monsters. My first stop is to meet David, an elder from the Naskapi First Nation, who has come close to this big fish before.
David, how big of a fish are we talking about? Those monster fish, how big can they? Wow. The big ones you cannot catch?
No.
Really?
Net.
The net, break the nets.
Yeah, break it.
Tear the nets.
Yeah, break it.
What David is telling me sounds exactly like other stories I've heard about these monster fish.
The fish is smart?
Ja, ik heb het in visual. Ook naar de visual.
Do you think I can catch it? That's not a good sign.
These stories of massive fish that tear nets and break lines can only point towards one suspect, Lake Char, also known as Lakers. These are giant fish that can grow to 100 pounds. But finding one of these giants in such a vast expanse of water is not gonna be easy. David told me about a good spot on a river where he used to fish, a few hours hike into the bush. Black bears are some of the most dangerous predators in North America. If they feel provoked, they can attack.
Wow. We're in the summer. There's snow left. That gives you an idea how far north we are. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it's a good thing, because Lake Char, like cold water.
I finally get to the river that David told me about. There should be some fish in these rapids, but the Lakers I'm after are not gonna be found in the water this fast.
Wow, impressive. But I gotta get down to the bottom of these rapids because I'm pretty sure that down there, there'll be a big, deep pool where predator fish will be hiding, waiting for food to be washed downriver by the current. But it's a waste.
Black bear attacks are rare, but you still gotta keep an eye out. I keep walking for about an hour and finally make it to the base of the rapids.
Oh no, it cut me off. Unbelievable. It broke the line, the braided line.
Whatever did that must have some sharp teeth. But now, I've got a metal eater.
Yeah, fish up. Whoa. It's a pike. What did I tell you? I knew there'd be predators down here. Nice pike. It's just not the right kind of predators yet. Look at the fangs right here. I don't know if you can see them. They have about 700 teeth. So let me tell you, if you're prey and you get grabbed by this, there's no way out. Yeah. Oh. Another pike. Talk about predators here. There's a few of them. And a few predators that are eating me up right now. Mosquitoes and black flies. I'm getting devoured. Woo.
I keep casting.
Yep, pike again.
And I keep catching. But they're just pike here, not a single laker. I don't think I'm gonna catch a monster laker from the shore here. I would need a boat. Tomorrow, I'm off to a lake known for its massive char, and there, I will have a boat. Communities here can be hundreds of miles apart, and there are no roads. So to get around, I have to take to the skies.
The territory is so vast, there's so much water, so many lakes and rivers, that for sure somewhere in the depths, monsters are lurking.
We've flown 150 miles north to an area on Escapi land that looks promising. But first, I need to ask permission to fish in these waters.
You must be Noah.
You must be Cyril.
How you doing?
Good.
Good to meet you.
Welcome.
The chief in person. So this is where you guys hang out, huh? This is where you hunt.
Yeah, this was paradise here. Yeah.
There's lots of caribou.
And it's also known for big fish.
Big fish, that's you. That's why I'm here. I heard, I did my research.
What kind of safety gear do you have? I mean,
gear?
For survival.
I have GPS, satellite phone, and that's it.
Do you have a rifle? Do you have a bear spray?
Yeah, no.
So there have been outsiders that have been attacked by bears, even killed by bears.
Some people have been killed? Really?
Yeah, there have been incidents in the past, but never with First Nations people.
To show me just how dangerous they can be, Noah's got something to show me.
Bear and basically destroyed it.
What do you mean it destroyed it? It bit through this?
Bit through this, ripped out the chair, totally destroyed.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay, serious stuff.
I have no intention of shooting a bear, but in case I get charged, Noah insists I take his brother's rifle.
Safety.
But first, he wants me to take a practice shot.
Missed it. Well, I guess you don't even want to think about what would happen after you miss the charging bear. Thank you.
I hope I see you again.
Noah lent me his boat, but once again, finding a monster in such a vast lake is no easy task.
And it's a great feeling being on my own in a boat in the middle of this vastness. But that's it, that's a challenge, you know, finding the fish in such a big body of water. It's gonna be tough, it's a real challenge. It's like fishing the ocean, it's so big. Plus I can't go too fast, you know, because I don't want to hit a boulder. There could be big rocks in the middle of the lake, just underneath the surface. So I gotta keep an eye out.
Instead of fishing this lake, I'll focus on some rapids Noah told me about. But first, I gotta cross this lake.
The wind has picked up quite a bit. It's getting hard moving around on the lake. Plus with the waves, it's even harder to see the rocks. Wow. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. See that rock right here? Those rocks, they stick out of the lake in the middle of nowhere. This is surrounded by deep water, and you don't see it. You can't see it. It freaks me out. You know, if it was calm, I could see a little bit of the rock sticking out, but with the waves, you can't see it. It's super dangerous. Man, I almost hit it. Gotta go super easy.
I finally get to the other side. But now, I have to hike to the rapids.
Wolves. It's a wolf pack.
I get to the rapids, but first, I have to check for dangerous animals.
No, I don't see any bears on there. Still gonna check with the scope to get a better look. It's a lot of brush. Very few little trees. But again, it's not because I don't see them that they're not there. I've been in this region before, and I'm telling you, like this one time I was fishing right next to a river like this one, and this massive bear came out of a bush, you know, like bush like this, you know, very tiny bush. You know, you would have never known that a bear could hide in there. And all of a sudden, this massive bear comes out, freaked us out. It didn't attack us, but it was a close call. I'm clear for now.
If I do get charged, I'm hoping that a shot in the air would be enough to scare it off.
Yep.
feisty laker. Oh, nice laker. Ah, beautiful lake char. Splendid animal. I love him. And you can tell this fish has worked out quite a bit. You know, it's a river fish. It's used to fighting against the current. That's why it's slender as opposed to being fat.
And now I just need to catch a monster one.
I move a couple 100 yards down the rapids to a deeper pool.
Oh, fish on. It's a little laker. It's incredible. I put a big spoon on so I could catch a monster fish. And yet the little ones attack it as if it was nothing. Oh, fish on. It's another little one.
There's so many lakers here, they're fighting for my spoon. The only problem is that they're far from the legendary monster fish I've been hearing about.
There's tons of fish here, just nothing of any real size. Nothing that can rip a net or break a line, that's for sure.
Well, I know there are monster lakers here on the Scapi land. I just haven't been able to catch one yet. There's so much water here, it'd take me forever to find it. But I have a plan. I'm flying to Innu territory to see my old friend Andre. A few years ago, we caught some nice lakers on the ice together. The Innu have been catching these fish for generations. And with his help, I think we can get the big one.
Salut André.
Salut.
Comment vas-tu?
Ça va?
Eh, ça fait plaisir de te revoir.
Je te présente Conrad.
Conrad? Bonjour. Salut,
Moi,
Cyril.
Et un autre André.
Un autre André.
I'm happy to be back in the summer, but the bugs are insane. And that's not the only challenge.
L'eau est haute aussi, hein?
L'eau est haute? Ouais, j'ai vu ça de l'avion. Pas bon ça, non?
Pas trop bon. Mais on va essayer d'empoigner ton monstre.
Looks like we're gonna get rained on. So we get to work fast, building our camp.
Unbelievable. These guys can build a tent in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you have a roof over your head. Incroyable.
Ah, c'est ça, on a pris les Inuits, hein?
Ouais, hein? De vos ancêtres?
De nos ancêtres.
Before we can head out to fish, I have to get my rods ready.
C'est ça que t'as amené?
Ouais.
C'est petit pas mal.
C'est petit?
Il y a des monstres ici, là. Je sais pas si ça va être assez solide.
Ah, je comprends c'est quoi je veux faire. Tu veux les attacher ensemble.
No, for sure, this rod can handle a big fish. I've caught really big fish with this rod and reel. The idea, and I told you that already, but a big fish, even a 70-pound fish, he doesn't actually weigh 70 pounds. The fish weighs 70 pounds, but it's supported by water. Once it's in the water, you're not pulling on a dead weight. If you're using a good reel, good rod, and good line, it's just a matter of playing the fish right, letting it go when it wants to go, and then pulling when it stops going. It's just playing it right. But this can handle a big fish. Hopefully a monster.
I love it. It's actually a modern version of what their ancestors used to use, except they were smaller, but the shape was pretty much the same. And back then, they would paddle for very long distances
Miles, tens of miles, hundreds of miles. Imagine.
Un arbre mort?
To catch a huge laker, Andre gets to work on a traditional rig. In certain regions of Canada, like here, only First Nations people can use natural bait, traps, or nets.
I'd love to help them out, but I can't do anything. You know, I'm not allowed to touch anything that is a traditional First Nations fishing technique. I can't. It's just illegal. Okay, so I understand. He's gonna use that as the floater. That's gonna stay on top of the surface, keeping the line down from there, suspended in the water. And he's leaving a couple branches there so he can see it from a distance. That's his bobber, basically. Ah, ok. Bien fait, ça.
Hein?
C'est propre?
Ouais, c'est propre, là.
J'ai pas le droit de le toucher. Well, here we go again. Non-stop. Rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. Crazy.
C'est vieux de même.
Ouais, dans quel sens?
Si ce serait nous autres qui contrôlaient, là, je l'entends, les arbres seraient morts.
C'est vrai, c'est un bon point, ça. He's right about that. Yeah, I never thought about it. You know, if it was up to us, you know, we'd always choose sun, sun, sun every day and never any rain, and nature would suffer from it. You know, it's stuff that you don't think about, you know, but they think about that kind of stuff. They live with nature all the time.
It really starts to come down, but Andre's on a mission to finish his monster fish rig.
Ça joue le rôle de plomb. Boum. Après, tu l'attaches à la branche.
Ouais, après ça, je remets pour attacher la...
L'appât de la branche.
De la branche.
OK. It's really deep. It's there around 50 feet. Easily 50 feet.
Wait for the rain to stop, so Andre can finish setting up his rig. Floating on the surface, the tree will keep the bait off the bottom. And if there's a bite, we'll see it move. We use a whole 4-pound whitefish as bait. But traditionally, they'd use even bigger ones.
We could use a bait if he had a big bait. We could use a bait this big for a big monster lake trout. This big. Imagine the size of the mouth of the fish.
Ouais,
Des gros, des gros.
Ouais, des gros, ben il y a des grosses têtes de même, là, des gros monstres.
We're gonna leave this trap for now and head out to a spot where the guys have come across monster lakers before. This body of water is endless, and with limited time, we have to focus on the spots they know.
Là, on est à une bonne profondeur.
The size of the lakes here, unbelievable. Water as far as the eye can see. And fish are not everywhere, they're in certain spots. So one of the most effective ways to find them is to do what we're doing right now. We're covering a lot of ground by trolling, which means that we're slowly moving forward with the boat, dragging some lures behind the boat at slow speed until one of them gets attacked by a predator. And then when that happens, most likely there'll be more than one in the same spot, so then we can stop the boat and fish hard until we get a monster bite. Fish. Gonna what? Oh, I think it's a laker. Doesn't feel like a big fish, but I hope it's a laker.
Ouais, je pense que c'est une grise, là, la bannière qui tire, là.
Is it a pike or a laker? Oh yeah, it's a laker. We're going in the right direction. Right species, just not the right size yet. All right, lake char, the biggest of the char family. They get up to 100 pounds, imagine. That's a baby. All right, buddy, go get your mama. Yes, les gars.
C'est beau?
La bonne espèce?
Ouais.
C'est juste que pas tout à fait la bonne taille.
Ouais, ouais.
The guys want to move to another spot, and on the way, they check a net that they had set up just before I got here.
Ah, y'en a une. Y'en a une là.
They use nets to catch whitefish, a good eating fish that they bring back to the elders of the community. And sometimes they get big lakers too.
Y a pas de poids, hein? Pas de grosse résistance dans le filet, hein?
No monster laker yet, but they're whitefish.
Non, c'est une caragonne.
Ah, c'est une caragonne, ouais.
Hey, une rouge.
Wow, the size of this trout.
C'est une belle bouchée.
Elle est belle, hein?
Ouais, belle.
Wow. Oh, 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 oh. Look at the size of that speckled trout. Unreal.
4 livres.
4 livres, hein? Ça, c'est une vraie 4 livres. Hein?
D'après moi, oui, c'est toi.
Ouais, si moi je la prends, je vais te dire c'est un 5 livres. Moi, je suis un pêcheur.
Andre pulls in the rest of the net, and a few more whitefish.
Vas-y. Tu vois?
Non, c'est pas un poisson qui...
Ah oui, c'est un
C'était
poisson.
déjà là, non?
T'es pas brisé, ça?
Non?
Non.
Look at the size of that hole. That's unbelievable. They're pretty strong nets, you know, like look at the mesh. That's some serious rope. Look at that. I could fit through it. Okay. Donc ça, c'est une grosse grise. Une énorme grise.
Ah ouais, ça doit être gros. Ça doit être gros, là. Pour briser ça, c'est clair. C'est solide.
Ah, c'est pas des blagues, hein?
Non, c'est pas des blagues.
The only fish big and powerful enough to rip a hole that big would be one of those legendary monster lakers. And there's got to be more than one around. With the lightning coming close, it looks like we can't fish for much longer.
Oh, here we go. It's a laker. Oh no, it's a landlocked salmon.
Okay, good, good.
That's a landlocked salmon. Nice. Beautiful fish. Wow. Beautiful animal. A landlocked salmon. It's pretty much the same fish as an Atlantic salmon, except that this one doesn't migrate back to the ocean. It stays in freshwater. Oh, strong fish too. Yes. C'est pas ce qu'on voulait, mais bon. C'est toujours cool de prendre un poisson, non?
Ouais.
The skies have cleared up. We'd keep fishing, but we got a long way back to the camp before dark. We caught a couple of nice fish today, but far from the huge laker I'm after. And tomorrow is my last day on this lake. Did you hear that? You hear that? André? André? Il y a un ours. Il y a un ours. That's a bear. That's a bear, man. André? André, il y a un ours. He's playing with the rods. Bear, right there, right there. Right there, bear. Man. I'm missing a rod. Took off with a rod. I can't believe it. I think he was attracted by the smell of fish on my rods. They're here. Check out what he did to the rod. He chewed up on it. It's all chewed up. Man, that was a close call. I think I'm gonna bring the rods inside the tent. Guys, les gars, il y avait un ours dehors.
Et regardez les gars, hier soir, il y a un ours qui a pris ma canne. Elle était là.
I explained to the guys what happened last night, but judging from their reaction, I don't think it's the first time they've dealt with a bear.
Ce qui m'a fait marrer, c'est que j'étais là, c'était toi qui étais juste à côté de moi, j'étais là. André!
T'es pas réveillé?
Non, je pense que ça t'a pas du tout impressionné l'ours. C'est pas ton premier ours.
Non.
We head out to try and catch a giant laker. But first, we're gonna check Andre's bait trap.
Tu le vois, André? Ah ouais, il est là-bas. If there's something on that line, it's gonna be huge. The size of the bait is like this.
Oh, Cyril, il y en a un.
Il y en a?
Il y en a un, il y en a un. Il est fort, il est fort.
I really want to help Andre, but there's nothing I can do. The fish is so powerful, he can't hold on to the line. It's still on. The tree's moving. We turn around, and Andre grabs the line again.
Hey! Il a l'air gauche, c'est il a l'air...
C'est énorme.
Man, it must be a really big fish.
Ça a lâché?
Il l'a perdu.
Non. Ça devait être énorme. Et la paque que t'avais mis, il était comme ça.
Bah oui. Je suis très maudit, par exemple.
Ah, ça, c'était le monstre qu'on cherche.
Ouais.
I'm just as frustrated as Andre right now. It must have been huge. C'est pas grave.
Now, I guess it's time to go back to my rod and reel. We keep trolling in the area. But 2 hours go by without a single bite. And I'm starting to lose hope. At first, it looked promising. I caught a laker.
All right. Lake char.
And Andre even held on to a monster one, but we lost it.
On n'est pas chanceux aujourd'hui, Cyril.
At least, I know they're here. But these lakes are so big that the fish could be anywhere. So it's time to try another spot. I'm on my way to another lake, where I've heard stories of massive fish. It's incredible, the amount of water here. It's one gigantic lake after another, as far as the eye can see. Before I head out on the lake, I want to speak with a couple of elders who have spent their lives here.
Mais ces poissons, ils font quelle taille?
Dan is bestemd stronie. Nie musi jak ci wyglądać.
Pierwszy jest почти 8 pieds u nas.
8 pieds.
8 pieds?
Ouais, de long.
Wow.
In my opinion, a fish that size could only be a sturgeon, but they are not found in this area. However, they are giant lakers.
Les gros poissons, il y en a partout. Mais c'est très, très vivant. Ils se cachent.
Il est caché.
They tell me that in their culture, Inus consider big lake char as intelligent as the eagle.
Donc la grise serait aussi intelligente que l'aigle.
Très intelligent. ça
Donc
va.
très difficile à capturer.
On te remercie beaucoup.
C'est moi qui vous remercie. Merci beaucoup pour votre accueil.
Their son Daniel, who grew up on this lake, knows all the good spots for big lakers.
Daniel? Oui.
Oui.
Cyril, moi.
Oui, nous Jordan.
Alors on va prendre des grosses grises?
Gros gourmets.
Gourmets?
Gourmets.
C'est parti.
There's no wind at all. Ideal conditions to fish the depths where monster lake char lurk.
I'm using a pretty heavy lure because those fish, they like the cold water. So they're gonna be very deep in about 60, 70, 80 feet of water. So what I do is I cast it out and let it sink all the way down to the bottom. Down, 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 down. And here I am. So I close the bill and now make it move up and down, up, down, up, down, until, boom, he gets bit.
That's a nice fish.
That's a good one.
That must be the fish I'm looking for. I think this is the fish I'm after. I really think this is it. No!
Oh, on l'a manqué, hein?
That's the big fish I wanted. You see how bent that rod was? That's fishing. You know, you lose some big fish, that's part of the game, you know? That's what keeps you coming back. Là, c'était une classe au-dessus.
Un des plus gros, hein?
Look, the bubbles, as they come up the water column, sometimes they release the air that they have, the excess air they have in the swim bladder. That tells me it was right there. I saw it, got off.
That's really disappointing. But now I know for a fact there are monsters down there. So I rig another bait and send it right back down.
Here we go. Oh, yes. Good fish, good fish, good fish.
Yeah, this is a big fish for sure.
Lentement, mais sûrement.
Exactement. It's a long way to the surface when you're in 80 feet of water.
It's a big fish. I'm in for a fight.
Yeah. Big head shakes.
I stopped it and start getting some line back. I see the bubbles. It's right there. Yeah, it's a big fish. To make sure I don't lose it, Daniel grabs the net.
Ouais, yes. Ouais, ben celle-là. Bien joué, Daniel.
That's starting to be a nice laker. Beautiful fish.
And imagine those fish, they can get up to 100 pounds. That's about 20 pounds of fish right there. That means 5 times the size of this fish. A true predator from the north. Okay. Straight back down to where it lives. Merci mon ami.
What?
Super.
C'est bon.
Super. Ah, c'est cool. Ça fait du bien de prendre du poisson.
What?
I spend the rest of the afternoon looking for that monster fish. And I keep catching it. But no giant.
I can never get enough of catching such beautiful fish.
I caught some really nice fish today. But is there really a monster out there, like the elders have been telling me about? It's time to try one last spot, further west. I'm headed to Cree Lake, in northern Saskatchewan. It's known for its enormous lakers.
Hi, how are you, Cyril? Must be Adam. Yeah, hey, good to meet you, man. Yeah.
Adam knows Cree Lake like the back of his hand, and seems confident that we'll catch the monster fish I'm after. We head straight for one of his favorite spots, an underwater drop-off by some deep, cold water. This time, we've got a sonar, which gives us a good indication of what's below the boat.
Marking like a big cloud of bait fish right below us here.
Yeah, dropping.
Dropping indeed, 100 feet straight down.
Come on, fish.
We're gonna jig up a big fish. Yeah, you feel it? Oh yeah. Marks all over the map. There's definitely monsters in this water. The key is to just keep working that bait until you get that massive strike.
I'm working on it, man. I've been chasing this monster bite that you're talking about for a long time, man. Fish. Oh. Oh. I just missed one. He was a nice hit. Good bite, good bite. Oh yeah. This is it. Man, Adam, that's a big fish.
Oh, that's a big fish, Cyril.
I think that's it, we got it. Oh, man.
Oh, look at him take line.
I think that might be the monster fish I've been chasing all this time, man.
Oh,
that's a big fish. Look at this.
oh, this is a big fish.
It is. It's touching bottom right now. I don't like that, though. I don't like that. If there's a rock, I'm done.
Yeah, just take your time. That thing is a tank, man.
It's a giant, no?
Oh, man, this thing is humongous. That thing is spool and drag and sucking the bottom. Like, that is a big, big fish. This is awesome.
Oh, head shake, head shake, head shake. Big head shake.
Oh, yes.
Okay, getting line. I don't want to jinx it right now. I'm just not saying anything, but I think we're close to it. It's coming up.
What a fight.
I think it's coming up now. It's coming up. Might want to grab the net.
Oh,
Adam.
she's coming up. That is a big, big fish.
That's a monster.
Look at the size of that thing.
Oh, yes! Yeah! Here we go!
Look at the size of that fish!
Yeah, buddy! Yes! Oh. Look at the size of this trout. That's exactly what I've been looking for. Look at this fish. Unreal. It's a monster. It's got to be 60 pounds. And they get even bigger than this. Can you imagine? That's the kind of fish that can break lines and rip nets. That's a giant.
Thank you so much, Adam.
That is a beautiful.
That's a monster fish. I'm so happy right now. That's exactly what I've been chasing this whole time.
Thing was a tank, man.
That was a big fish. Over 60, right?
Oh, it pushing 60 pounds easily. That thing was a giant.
That's all thanks to you, man.
Yeah. Good job, Cyril.
Oh, one of the best days of my life right now.
I finally caught the monster liquor I've been searching for. I traveled hundreds of miles across northern Canada in search of this legendary monster. We came close to catching one with Andre, but we lost it. I also had one on the line. No! But it got off. I got some really nice fish. And finally got the monster I wanted.
That's the kind of fish that can break lines and rip nets.